genius day. Okay, live on the internet for some Dungeons and Dragons. Hoorah! And we've got some boats, baby. Right, where were we? We were deep into Newmonger. Where we left off last time. You had made it successfully from Redvant down to Newmonger, bumping into or going and seeking out Art Bunsell, a man who runs the tugboat operation here in Newmonger, to help give you some tips, to give you a helping hand to find some jobs to help you track or confirm that the Talons and their caravan of goods, of trinkets, gold, silvers, were on the way south. And he indeed confirmed that they had purchased some boats, some platoons, some wagons for travel to the south. In doing so, the same night, you also had a close encounter with the Sephirax and Izari, the copper dragonborn and half-black dragon, where the Talons were seen leaving the Kingsguard headquarters here in Newmonger. Each of the cities in the south, in Regan, have a headquarters of the Kingsguard, and the Kingsguard were the original quest givers way back 16 episodes ago. So yeah, you've seen them leaving the Kingsguard's headquarters, and also that the Kingsguard and the Talons are not at odds in this city. They are almost working together. Some information was gleaned from listening in. One such piece of information being that Izari and Zephyrax are going to ride south to the Islet Kingdom ahead of the caravan, leaving behind a guard force to make sure that the goods make it to the south. You were given the name Borash as the head of this Talon brigade that was heading south. Although when you came, after getting yourself hired by different merchants who are joining this caravan to head south to the kingdom, when you arrived to find your boats, which is where we finished off last time, there was no sign of any Talon guards. No one clearly in any uniformed regalia. Everybody appeared to be either a merchant, a guard, an adventurer, someone lightly armored with weapons. A lot of the guys, if not all of them, were armed, as is the way for protecting the caravans of goods. But the Talons themselves, although everybody knows or seems to know that they had hired these boats, they are not showing that they are the ones that are taking them south, as all of their guard force are in normal common folk attire. But you had all individually been hired. So, Merrin, or are we going for just Merc? I'm assuming we're going for Merc because we had a little bit.
We are just going for Merc, yes.
Cool. Hired up by the split to take
worth
some
noting
simple
that the N is still there, but it's silent.
Silent. That's good. I like that. Yep, you are in charge and had a party to lead up for the split, a merchant of simple weapons. Zilla and Kos were hired up by Nimblefingers to take their large armaments and some small automatons. It's quite a large wagon with them, with their party head Kedri at your side. Emmacoil Armaments had hired Peril as a wild card by the large human barbarian woman Yilda. They have experimental weapons. You can see that they had a workshop where things were being infused with artificer magic, drawing or walking that line between what is allowed by the Talons and what is not, as artificer magic. But yeah, they have these weapons. They have a guard force of mainly big old brutes to make sure they protect their weapons, and then tiny little Peril, who gave the name Just Terry. Isn't that correct? This is your chance.
Yes. Just Terry.
You pussy. You could have said it. You lose points for backing out. And then, of course, how could we possibly forget the Gilded Rivet, the jeweler, who is sending a very small parcel down to the south, attached to Wilhelmina, the dwarf, where Gimbar and Willow were hired, and did a great job being personal bodyguards to the quite flirty Wilhelmina, the jeweler. And we had finished with you all going and arriving at, I suppose, the docks to find your individual boats. They are all in the center, in the center lock, in the center of Newmonger. These boats have all been the tugboats themselves have moved out. There are less tugboats than there are individual wagons. So whilst you're kind of looking after just a floating boat that has no engine. Each of them have hired a certain amount. And then there are probably about 10 or 11 of these floating wagons, and then the actual tugboats themselves, there's much less, 3 or 4 of them that are slowly maneuvering themselves out, being attached to like a train, but being attached to the different wagons and slowly pulling them out and getting them set. And as they're all kind of close to each other, you can see merchants are kind of jumping across, getting stuff all set up. Everything has been loaded though already, so it's just a case for you to find your individual boats and set out. This will be they are tugboats. They are small boats pushing large amounts of cargo down a canal. The journey will be about 2 weeks, and you understand from your contracts and from your contract givers that the idea of a caravan and hiring guards each is that if every merchant hires a couple of guards here or there, then if anything were to happen to the caravan, the idea is everyone should be to protect the caravan. So you might only hire 2 guards, but you expect everyone else to hire 2 or 3 guards. And if something were to happen, all guards are supposed to protect all goods, regardless of value, because that's just kind of like the merchant law. It stops someone like the Gilded Rivet having to put on 10 or 12 guards, which makes sending goods just not really profitable in any way. So you've all been hired up. There will be a lot of these boats that are just slowly making their way down the canal. You will be able to ride on board the boats. You'll be able to walk alongside the boats. You'll be able to pass up and down for bits of time. Of course, if anything goes wrong, you'll be expected to protect your cargo, but help deflect any threats. And of course, amongst all of the people that are moving around will be talents who will be not they'll be obvious to spot in that once you work out which boats you're not working on, they're working on the other ones, but they won't be so obvious that they are obviously in talent guard, but you have them floating about as well, and what you might want to do with them or hide from them or talk to, whatever it goes. But you have this mix of merchants, talents, and then what will be traders and stuff coming on the board. So as you all start to find your boat and peel off, you get introduced to the rest of your crew. Can everybody give me a initiative roll, but just a straight initiative roll, and we'll go through in reverse order your boats.
$11. Still eating.
6.
Please add stuff to that so I go first.
I can go. Yeah, I can pick yours.
By straight initiative, you mean
Just a
D20,
D20.
you mean that? Yeah. So you don't add anything to it.
Nah. But we'll put down last anyway. What was yours? Anyone?
I think Dan
15?
rolled it. I think Dan rolled an 8.
I said 11, but I didn't realise it was straight.
Oh
off,
yeah,
so
that's fine. But you're
At
each
5.
we'll put your last anyway.
Also 5.
Oh my
4.
God. Oh my god.
15.
Okay. Okay, we'll deal with Nimble Fingers first. We'll put down last so you can eat, and then we'll kill Terry off screen. The boats will
Just
leave.
Terry.
The boats will leave. Terry was left behind. Doesn't have to remember. No one's put on the character sheet. They know how to swim. Just I wouldn't do that. Cool. So up first, Kos and Zilna. You find your way out towards the Nimblefingers boat. You see Kedri is kind of stood between 2 of these large platoon boats. They have lots of those larger, big old boxes you saw in there. The ones that had these would have had these larger armaments. This armor that looks like it's built for a giant. In these larger boxes, and in a lot of smaller boxes around as well, which we'd have been told are likely smaller automatons that are being sent down to the Islet Kingdom. You can see Kedri is organising, and there are 3 other lower, because you guys all rolled really well. You're all on like the top echelon of protectors. There are 3 workers that are working with him. They all are, I think, no one didn't decide who was what. Two of them are half orc, and one of them is a human. And you can see that Kedri is kind of ordering them about as they make sure stuff is strapped down properly. They're double checking. These guys are not paid just to be bodyguards. These guys are paid to be like deckhands and guards if stuff needs to happen. But you can see that they have, like, one of them, the human just has like 2 daggers. The orcs have short swords on the sides. Some of them have bits of leather armor, but they are very, very low skilled as you approach Nimblefinger's boat. As Kedri turns around and sees you guys, puts his hand up, kind of waves you over.
When we're heading over, I am going to whisper to Cos. Remember, we're not looking into these boxes. We're not doing anything with these. We're only here for the talent stuff.
Well, unless the opportunity presents itself.
No. You stick to what you're good at, and I stick to the research side of things.
We shall see. We shall see. Let's go.
So yeah, Kedri. We'll get you guys to jump over one of the things that's there. And she's like, bright and early. Good morning, gentlemen. Let me just introduce you. He gets to the 2 orcs. He's like, that's Krim and Roth, and the human over the back. His name is Her. They will be our deckhands to help us out with anything with moving of the crates, everything shifts during travel. But they are backup guard force to you two because they are not getting paid as much as you both. So just make sure you know their faces, keep an eye on them. These are our 2 wagons. Get to know them. Get to know where the boxes are. Keep an eye on what's happening here. But this is our domain. This is what we are looking after. We'll ride that. We'll be very close to one of the tugboats, which is very, very useful. But other than that, this is where we sit. I can see a few of the other boats that are moving around. Some of them are quite small. So yeah, we might have a bit of a bigger job on our hands, but I trust you both. Good to see you here. He's like, you got any questions before we head out?
These boxes, they look heavy. Will the boat not sink?
No, we balanced them out perfectly. But he's and he stamps on one of the things you're on, and it like barely rocks when he says, like, these floats are very, very secure, very buoyant. Not much to them, but very buoyant.
This is good to know.
Lovely. So pick a seat wherever you want. Alongside, you can sit on the boxes if you want. It gives you a better view of what's going on. Otherwise, lock in, and once we all start moving out, we're on the road. 2 weeks down to the Islet Kingdom. He's like, have you been to the Islet Kingdom before? Looks at you both. No.
I have not.
First time. Big city. Well, let me tell you, it's a shithole. They are not as advanced and have as good facilities as we do here in New Munga, but the journey down is actually quite nice. Enjoy the countryside and the fresh air once we're out on the journey, because when you get to the city, it stinks like shit. As he gets his documents that he has, his paperwork things, sorts them out, make sure you guys are all set on the boat, make sure that Krim, Roth, and Her are all set. And then you guys are locked in, ready just to move out as these kind of unsnake themselves and start heading through the southern lock. You can see as you guys get to your boat, the big locks that operate on each of these entrances. The one in the south is starting to be cranked now as the water level is now set, and these boats are going to start getting ready to start pulling out.
Just going back to before we actually got on the boat, did the people that gave different names actually tell the rest of us their names? Did that happen?
No.
Cool.
They can introduce themselves later. We're all strangers on boats.
Did we not go back to the tavern at night?
Yeah, but we're not retconning it, and we didn't say it at the time.
You're intentionally making it more difficult for yourself, Terry, and this is your fault. So,
Oh, that's all right. I'll give him my full name.
Get ready to roll deck saves at disadvantage. You know, there's a rule, of triple disadvantage. It's where if,
Yeah, it's fine.
well, if I don't want you to win, I'll just keep making you roll until you lose. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, it's fine.
Nice.
Yeah, Tony.
Up next, the Gilded Rivet. Looking out for a boat that would match what you're actually looking for. Willow and Gimbar, you see Wilhelmina before she sees you, and she is just sat up by one of the actual tugboat vessels themselves. They are the same platform that the goods go on, but with a little like weird little 2-story house on here, and the whole back end of the boat is this big copper contraptment that is just at the moment pluming out black smoke. These are just like coal fire generators that power these little jet engines that get tugboats going. Jet engines being lightly used because they're not super fast. But perched up at one of these as it's getting warmed up, you can see Wilhelmina, and she has on her a briefcase that is a decent size. It's probably, for a dwarf, it's probably like most of her lower body, very thick. If the kind of dimensions, width and length are kind of probably standard briefcase size, but depth wise it is like 2 or 3, like triple what a standard briefcase would be. And she has that handcuffed to her wrist. She has that resting on the side as she's kind of sat back, just looking out idly, waiting for you guys to arrive.
As we're walking over, I'll say to Gimbar, if you need time alone with her, please let me know in advance.
Don't worry, I will.
Thank you.
Nice. So yeah, you guys hop over as she kind of turns and catches your attention, and you can see that she has a brief just flash of relief as you both show the next day. She's like, "Oh, good morning. Good to see you both. Looking very fresh, Gimbar. You're a little bit later than I imagined. Have a bath, did you? Freshen up for the journey."
Yes, I could say that. Thought since they're working for yourself, might as well look the part.
Ah, good. And she leans forward and goes, "And smell the part."
And I take a hand and I kiss it like I did.
Nice. Yeah, she gives you, and what would have been the opposite hand that she did before, because the hand that she would have given before, her right hand is now handcuffed to this briefcase. As she thanks you, looks back and says, "And good to see you, Willow. Glad to see you're ready for action. We have our goods." As she like pats the suitcase, all in here. Doesn't look like much, but it's enough. There are a few boxes on, and the next container over, she nods to you, and you can see there are some like a couple of small chests, probably like a foot across, half of that, little small chests that are very nicely, you can see, made out of nice deep like hardwood, have some gold riveting around the outside, stand out compared to the crates that they are on, these much larger just stock wooden crates, and then these couple of chests that popped on the side. She said, "This is the big deal, but those are ours as well. So we'll be keeping our eyes on these. We may even take them with us if we're moving off. But you keep your eyes on me, and I'll keep my eyes on this."
Of course.
It's good to me.
She says, "Have you had a look at any of the other boats? Any of our companions? Anyone that we should be worried about? Any nefarious looking people?"
We came straight down.
Oh,
right. We didn't stop.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Everyone on the dockside
Mm-hmm.
seems pretty standard, I guess. Didn't see anyone standing out.
Good.
Have you heard of any strange happenings whilst you've been waiting for us this morning? Any strange cargo that you're aware of?
Nothing that I've heard, but you can never be too sure, and especially when we're traveling, we like to be extra vigilant, shall we say, watching out for any strange goings on. Also, anyone that might be traveling for some stuff that could be of interest to us. So keep your eyes and ears peeled. Anything of good, high value, or anyone that may be interested in high value. Bit of a double-edged sword. But no, nothing heard thus far. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't be suspicious.
Okay. We'll keep an eye and an ear out, and I'm sure on this very long journey we'll have some opportunities to swap information.
Yes, it's 2 weeks, and like I say, if they're going to make a move, it probably won't be straight away. So, yeah, let's do our homework, and let's make sure that we know as much about everybody as possible.
Could
Never had
I?
much.
Go on.
So, go on.
No. Go.
Well, have you ever had any trouble on these journeys before? Any particular point that more susceptible to attack than others? Perhaps.
A few times. There's always people that try to take a chance. There are, well, they're the stops. The boat tends to take a stop every 3 or 4 days to get them all coal. Make sure all the boat crews get their rest that they need. These are the junctions as we go through Easterball. There's always people that join and leave there. Travelers that just use this as kind of a bus service, a way of traveling from A to B for quite cheap. That's always a time to keep an eye on who is joining and who may be leaving, especially if you've just lost something and someone's leaving. So that's one to watch out for. Of course, there's chances of the hobgoblin attacks. There's these bands of these clans of these hobgoblins that move across this band, and they can be a problem, but they tend to usually pick off smaller caravans, smaller wagons. We are in quite a hefty wagon, so hopefully we'll have no problems. But no, other than that, it's hit or miss. You'll get hit once every 25 times, but when you get hit, you lose everything. It's very expensive.
Imagine.
Okay. Never mind.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know how to word it.
Okay. I mean, like I say, you got 14 days, so it's fine. Nice. So yeah, she is sat, and she is literally sat on where one of these the drivers of these tugboats on the second floor of these camps. So it's like a two, like a port camp, like a builder's port camp, a bit like that. So the bottom one and a smaller one on top, and you can see the drivers there. She's at the base of this bottom one. These drivers obviously get a bit more of a view across what's going on. And she stood at the front there with her 2 crates, 2 chests that are rested here. They're sat pretty securely, but they aren't as strapped down, taped down as the rest of the boxes here. As like she said, moving these chests is likely going to be something you just keep them with you, or keep them in your sight at all times. Wicked.
Are there any other crew with us? Are there guards? No, it's
No.
just me and Roland.
Yeah, just you two, because there's not a lot going out, and you two rolled so well. There was less of a need to take lower like handlings who are at a lower skill level, because there's only 2 chests, and with her and you two, she thinks that's enough.
Will we be working on some sort of schedule, Wilhelmina? Should we discuss how that will work in terms of keeping an eye on everything? We obviously need some rest between us.
Yes, of course. So yes, we'll work that out as we go. There's a lot of time, but yes, we will rotate in shifts where we need to make sure that someone, at least one person, to keep an eye on our goods.
I'll say to Willow, should we be attacked,
Mhm.
I'll stay close to Wilhelmina. If you want to keep more of an eye out on the chests. And,
Sure.
And the rest of the caravan, I guess. I think one of us at least should be close to her at all times.
Yes. How does that work, Wilhelmina, when I understand that all of the merchants hire other guards for their thing, and you kind of work as a caravan? If somebody gets attacked, you all kind of jump on it to protect the goods.
Mm-hmm.
How does that work if one of the other boats is attacked? We don't want to leave our cargo that we're protecting alone.
No, I
And
will
you, of
stay.
course.
I'll stay with the cargo. If that happens, it is best that we mobilise to what we think is the suitable level of force. If we stay back and we let a cart be taken, inevitably we'll be taken. So we'll assess the threat when it comes, but usually the guards do jump to force. Everybody's looking after themselves from an external threat. My worry is more we keep an eye on it for the internal threats. Lots of people with quick hands around here, so I'm more worried about that. If something external comes for us, we must do the same as everybody else and jump to guard. But let's see what the threat is before we make too much of a decision. And she also looks down and says, "I also can defend myself." And she shows she's got a little, a very bejeweled dagger to her side.
Willow's nodding as she's saying that. and then says, she like looks around to make sure there's not other people just walking on near our boat, and says, do you not travel with these merchants? Have you not traveled with them before? Are these new people that you're not aware of? You say about people with quick hands.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm traveling with you for the first time. So it's not the merchants that we worry about, it's the hired hands.
Oh, the guards, of course. Okay. Can I insight her on that, please?
On which bit? On what bit?
If it is the guards that she's concerned about rather than the other people that are the merchants. Like to basically see, I'm trying to ascertain why, I don't know. It's the guard bit. Is she doing this because she knows something about the guard force?
The talons, but without mentioning talons, I guess.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, you can roll. Yeah, you can roll for that if you think she's dropping a hint in some way. But you're there to help her, so speaking in code would not be in her best interest.
Okay.
Confusing you doesn't help her because you're confusing her.
15. Yeah, because I don't want to just openly be like, is that because the talons are here? But it's more, are you trying to imply something to us about?
No, I think the implication you get is from her that as a merchant that they don't have a lot of goods on here, but the goods they have are worth a lot more gold than some of the others.
Okay.
You'd assume whatever is in her case, whatever she has a case handcuffed to her own hand versus the split, which are going to have probably like a couple of wagons of simple weapons. She
just out and about.
She probably has, yeah, and they'll have guards on them, but then no one else seems to have taken the care to actually handcuff themselves to the goods. So her thing will just be, we have the most valuable stuff here, therefore we have to always be the most prepared. If you lose a box of short swords, you've lost a couple of gold. If they get hit, it could be thousands of gold to get hit.
Okay.
So it's more that an external force is an attack on a boat. You've got to get rid of that, but that doesn't sound like it happens so much. What she's more worried about is people that aren't as open and are not just going to openly attack. That there could be people coming on the boat or leaving the boat that could try and steal stuff, and that's more likely to happen because it's easier to do. Like way easier to steal a box or two from a large caravan like this than it is to kill all the guards on a caravan like this.
Okay.
And then you can see that as you're moving down, like just counting the swords for hire on this boat, there's probably like, well, with the talent guard as well, it's probably like most of the boat is going to be, more of the people on this boat have arms and could fight than don't. So if you're going to attack it, you're going to have to attack it with like 20 or 30 people. It would be an insane thing to do.
Okay.
We'll go with your experience, Philomena. If you tell us to go and help the rest of the boat, we'll do that.
Yeah.
We'll stay here with you. What about people on the boats? Are we to stop them coming onto this particular part?
Oh, no, we can't. We can't stop passengers on the boat. But just like I said, we'll keep an eye on. Me, primarily me, but these two chests as well. The chests are important, but I'm more important, shall we say? Other than that, we cannot block passage to the boat. We haven't paid for a full cargo, and we've only got a little bit here. To be honest, we're taking a bit. It's a bit cheeky for us just to bring these two chests on as well, without hiring more of a wagon space. So people will move freely, and everything is locked down. Nothing is easily accessible. So it's just about keeping an eye on it. And like I say, for you both, keep your eyes peeled. Keep just a check. Try and find out who our neighbors are, who's passing through. Get to know. We're on this boat. We're on this caravan for 2 weeks. Let's get to know as many people as possible and just mark those cards that we think might be a little bit more shady.
Okie dokie. Look forward to working for you.
It's going to be fun. Maybe. Actually, yeah. Place it down. You guys are set. You can see you've got pretty good spot, but you don't have as much space as some of the other wagons in here. You are just like bunched up on an area, but you have the freedom to move around as well because your cargo is 2 chests that you could each carry, one of the chests. and Philomena has hers on it. So if you needed to move and want to position yourself elsewhere in the caravan, you could do so. You are very mobile.
On the positioning yourself on the caravan, do we have an order of where the things are? Like who's up front, who's at the back, where are we in the middle?
Yeah, you will do, but you don't have yet. So it'll all be once they start unfurling and going out into the rope, we'll decide the order then.
Okay.
Using dice because it's more fun. Because essentially what the boat, all of them at the moment are all locked in together. So as they start to unravel and get chained together, the order would just be whatever's the easiest and which boats are moving out as they all then go out on a line. So yeah, we'll decide the order from there. Peril / Terry, you pick your way across a few of the boats looking out, and then you see or hear before you see, I would say, Yilda laughing quite abruptly, quite loudly, and patting on the back three other large beings. Two of them one of them's an orc. And one of them looks to be a Goliath. You'd have seen Goliaths before, so like almost like a half giant, big old beast. And the other one is an equally sized human male, as Yilda. All four of these are bodybuilder beefcakes. As you are making your way towards them, they look big. As you get closer, you realize they really are big. Each of these individuals are minimum like 6'2", 6'3". The Goliath going up to like 7 odd foot. They are big, hefty beasts, and you can see them all just like laughing away as you get close. Just decide who's what. Cool. So yeah. Peril, you make your way up towards the boat. As you get close, you can see they are the Embercore has two of these. It only has one of these wagons, but it has 2 spaces, so it has like a decent amount of cargo that's on here. All strapped down. Lots of different sized, larger, smaller boxes. As there are lots of different of these weapons that are clearly, some of them have been bulk packed, a lot more of them have been single packed, and they are all strapped down, all set, and kind of sat on the boxes on the corner away from you. You can see the 4 of these guys just getting on and having a laugh at your expense. As you get close, even onto the boat, they don't pay attention. They don't stop their conversation, as they don't even notice you appearing.
I'll walk up to the woman in charge and be like, I'm here for duty. Where do you want me?
You give me a performance check.
Performance. 19.
19. You hear you stop and look around, and this Goliath like lifts up his arm, looks underneath, and just sees you stood there. And you can see this puzzled look on his face as he looks up towards you. As he goes to like almost like bat you away, as Yoda goes, "Oh, Mock, no, Mock. He's our wild card." She like grabs you by the scruff and pulls you in, like almost into like a noogie, and says, "Boys, this is Terry. He's our wild card." And you see Mock's just like, This is our wild card. He looks and goes, Yoda, you've pulled some stuff in this. How's he going to fucking help us? Look at him. He's screwing his anything. And he goes to like, just pokes you into the stomach. Feels like someone's just punched you in the gut.
I'll probably like play up to it, double over a little bit, be like, come on, mate. Like, just because I'm puny doesn't mean I can't handle my business.
Oh, I think, mate, actually, it does mean you can't handle your business. Normally, from what I've seen. But what do I know? As Yoda goes, no, Mock, wild card. She winks at him, and he looks back. She's like, what? Psh, psh, wild card. You can see he's like brow furrows down as he looks at you a little bit more, looks up at your hat. It's like, what? Oh, wild card. And he starts laughing. He goes, oh, okay, right, wild card. All right. He looks, he goes, well, I didn't think you were much of a fight. Terry, is it? Oh, fuck. Well, hopefully we won't need your wild card, but if we do, we always like a little bit of fireworks. Keeps things interesting. Maybe we might even want to be attacked this time, Yoda. She looks in. And then she says, Terry, don't worry about him. Right, anyway, as he said, that's Mock. And that's the Goliath. And then she says, the other two are Claude and Davik. Keep with us. This is our cart. We'll have an easy time. Like I say, you're only here because, honestly, I don't know what I was thinking, but in case things go really bad. Do you have any questions? I mean, we're not expecting to need you much, Terry, but do you have any questions?
Are we taking it in turns and shifts? Am I just going to just be hanging around the goods, just making sure nothing happens?
I mean, yeah, you can keep one of us company whenever you like.
Okay, cool. Yes, sounds good to me.
But yeah, you get the feeling that you are an extra part that's been tacked on here that maybe isn't. They're not seeing you at least as necessary until you may be necessary. You are the shotgun in the under the bed just in case. And they go back to laughing. As you can see, they are sat pretty merry in the morning, been fed, and are waiting for this thing to go out. But as you kind of sit on this boat with these guys, these are like, and considering these are big old floats as well, with the four of them on one side, this boat does slightly tip with all four of them. There's no way they could all be sat on one side of the ship or should be for very long, because there is definitely a weight balance that goes on here. These mid 6 foot to 7 foot bruisers all sat around with little Terry the wizard. But yeah, they're all sat and wait. They don't give you any orders. Make sure that you're happy on the boat. If you've got any questions, you know where they are. And you have one of these dockets to look after.
How am I in the? Is the docket I'm looking after could be in the middle, or is it on the back or the front?
We'll find out when it rolls out. So when it rolls out, we'll roll some dice to see where you all end up. Nice. And last but not least, Merrin. As you find your way over to their splits wagon, they have two of these larger boat wagon things filled with indescript boxes, but you can see that they're like either barrels, they've got swords within. There's lots of like simple weapons placed inside biggish containers, probably like ranging up to like a 4 or 5 foot size across these two wagons. There is loads. This would be the most simple weapons you probably would, if they were all unboxed, most simple weapons you've seen in one place at any time. This is clearly a large order of new simple weapons: short swords, long swords, halberds, poleaxes, bows.
Can I
all marked up?
Can I deduce with my base intelligence score that it may be to like arm an army or something, or do I think it's just literally restocking?
You don't know, but yeah, looking at this amount,
I can ask this question.
You can ask the question as well, yeah. But looking at it, you're like, that's a lot. That's the question I think is a good question that you'd have. That's a lot of new forged swords and stabby things that are going to the Island Kingdom. Is it to replenish, or is it to create new? Because that's a lot of swords to put in a lot of hands. Now, what the fuck's going on in the Island Kingdom? They need this many basic swords into the hands of people. So yeah, definitely a question to ask.
Perfect. Do I see Ent?
Yes, you see Ent. So Ent is in there, and he is pulling together and trying to, like, you can see he's trying to corral these this group of which, as you get closer, look to be much younger people, mix of humans, half elves, that. The closer and closer you get to them, you can see he's trying to like almost pull them into line to get them in some sort of order, because they look to be quite young, quite inexperienced. And then it gets to the point where he's just like, just stand there and wait. We'll Merc will be here soon, and then we'll sort it all out. And he sees you come in, and you can see that his face goes from like a little bit like, oh, fed up with this, to be like, oh, here he is. As he kind of calls you over and then shouts to them lot, you better get yourself in shape. Your commander's here. As you enter onto the boat.
Hello.
Merc, it's good to see you. I was a little bit worried I was going to be left with this lot, but you're here to save the day. Now, I apologize in advance for the level of some of these guys, but
They look awfully young.
they're a little bit wet behind the ears, yes, but they're eager, and they didn't do too bad in the practice in the sword swinging. So, but I think under your tutelage, we'll have a nice, safe, easy pass. I don't have any problems. I have full confidence in your abilities.
Hearing this and seeing this and kind of having a knowledge of what happens with the rest of the boats, I look around at the other boats to see what the quality of the guard is in comparison.
Nice. Give me a perception check.
That rolled on to a 4, so that is an 8.
8. As you look around and see some of the boats moving out, you can see that the guard force. You don't see like anyone. Nothing worries you in that you're seeing like what appears to be like good army level trained armed forces here. See a lot of them as they're moving the boats, and the people that jump on about boats that seem very comfortable being on a boat. And then you kind of look back to these guys and then think about yourself, and you're like, "Well, you're not really traveling on a boat like this before, and these guys definitely don't know what they have." But on the plus side, you haven't done it. It doesn't look like they have either. So there's no one on your side that is going to catch you out other than maybe Ent.
So are the newbies lining up, or are they just kind of?
Yeah, they're lining up. They're lining up to
Okay.
what would be some kind of attention, but they're not really in orderly. They just stood in front of the cargo, kind of like with that one. A couple of them got their hands in their pockets. A couple of them are just like stood, and you can see that they've got swords in. Like one or two of them have got the leather tunics in the front, but that's it.
Sorry, a cat just jumped on my testicles. Okay, I'm gonna turn to the group and I'm gonna say, "Hello, I am Merc. May our travels be safe and secure."
Give me a performance check.
Am I doing interpretive dance?
No, it's not that guy.
That's a straight roll, so that's a 9.
A 9. You see. Oh my god, you're lucky that I rolled dog shit. You see a few of them kind of stop and listen to you. 2 of them are looking at you like they've got like a slight squint. There's a little bit of a questioning of like, guys after us, but okay. The other ones are there, and one of them steps forward and says, nice to meet you. My name is Chelfred, but you call me whatever you would like to call me. I'm looking forward to my first adventure out at sea.
I just nod.
Yeah, and
I'm
you're not-
trying
Yep.
to perceive an air of confidence and leadership, but I'm honestly not thinking I'm doing it very well.
Nice.
So I'm just trying to do as little as possible to not give the game away, which
like
might obviously double thing it.
No, I like it. As he steps back, the other one steps forward again and goes shake your hand and says, "Fazar." Steps back. He doesn't give you any anything else.
I just nod again.
Yep. And move along to one that's giving you a bit of a funny eye. He goes, Yearlos is the name. You done this trip before?
I've done many like it.
Not untrue, I suppose. You have done lots of trips. He goes, Okay. Well, yeah, this is my second time, so I'm pretty seasoned now. So if you need anything doing that's a little bit more, need some more skill, then I'm your man.
A vice commander in the making, I see.
You hear Ent chuckle behind you. Oh, sorry. There is one dwarf as well. The next one introduced himself as Luzbek, another half elf, and then right at the end, Ent steps in as this younger looking dwarf, patchy beard, has like got the start of some braids coming in on the cheeks and on the chin, but really not great beard in between there. And as he puffs his chest up to go to shake your hand, Ent steps in and says, I forgot to tell you, Merc, this is Arlon. This is my great nephew, and well, I know what you think, but I've got to give him. Someone's got to give him a chance, and this lad needs a chance. So yeah, he's come over to visit his uncle from the Gilded Hills. Wants to cut his teeth and see what we do over here. So he's on board with us. So yeah, this is Arlon. As you can see, it just takes the wind out of this young dwarf's sails.
I nod and I say in Ent's direction, well, let's hope it's not a trial by fire, eh?
No.
And then I try and warmly smile at the ragtag group of children, essentially.
Yeah.
Which is ironic, really, because my guy's not very much older than them, I imagine. If anything, he's probably younger than Arlon.
Yes, probably. But yes, it is very much like the blind in the blind. Ben seems very happy with it. Ben seems very happy with you there. You have this crew that are there, and they...
Quick question.
Yep.
Chelfred and Fazar.
Yep.
Were they both half elves or?
Chelfred was a human. Sorry.
Yep.
Moved.
Sorry for the mechanical keyboard, but I'll forget if I don't type it immediately.
Yeah, same. Chelfred was human, and Fazar was a half elf. Yelos was human.
I just wrote him as sassy.
Yeah. That's pretty much what I wrote down.
Luzbek was a half elf, and
then
Arlon's a dwarf, and the great nephew event. Okay, perfect. Thank you.
And then enters. So, Merc, we've been working. We've got them all. Everything's strapped down. Everything is locked in place. We are ready to rock. We are quite lucky. We have got two of the caravans next to each other. No, two of the wagons tied up next to each other. So this is our little domain to look after, and we'll wait to see where we get placed in the order. And then, yeah, this is it. All the way down from here to the Islet Kingdom.
Thank you for the opportunity.
He's like, I think you'll do great. So they're in your capable hands, Merc. If you need me, I'll be up there having a little nap. And he climbs up onto a box, climbs up onto another box.
As he's going up, I go to say, and I just stop myself because I'm just saying, who's going to steer the boat? But I say it so softly that I don't think you'd hear.
No, he is like,
kind of chaos that's going on.
My bit's now done. I can go to sleep, and he gets his pipe lit up, sits back into a space he has clearly got created, and has a little snooze with these pipe runners, waiting to get the boat out and going. Probably been here quite early, getting this all arranged and getting set up as well, as your two cargo ships are set. So everybody is on board. You can see that there are lots more of these wagons set up, lots more of them set up. You can see the different guards that move around, lots of port crew that are here. And as these boats, because they're all kind of together, they start pulling apart, they then latch one onto one as it pulls forward, then they'll latch one onto another one. There's a bit of you can see that some of the merchants have a bit of jostling where one of their wagons maybe wasn't going to be pulled in, and then they try and get it pulled in. There's clearly something at work where you can get yourself sorted, but most of the merchants sit back, let the port crew do what they do, have their helpers help where they can. A lot of the drivers at each of the tugs are not associated with any of the crews. They are run separately, so they have their own, again, helpers that are just getting everything set up. They do their ships, you guys look after the individuals. But of course, if your individual wagon gets damaged, that would then get charged back to the merchant. So you kind of buy in space on a ship, and the ship's crew are sorting this all out. So as they start to detach and move these crates out, we will roll to see the order, because I thought it was more fun than me having to work it out. So I just need to write it down. Where am I going to write it down? I'm going to write it down here. So we will go one at a time. Does any... Oh, no, you guys wouldn't have the nows. Would anybody like the opportunity to try and help get your wagon into a certain place? Or are you... none of you would have necessarily knowledge to do so, but we could do some checks to see if you could persuade or get the crews to do it, or are you just going to sit back and just see what happens based on what the port crew do?
In a worst case scenario, I want to ideally be somewhere towards the middle, because the rest of the guards are as crap as I am.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, so... so you can... let me get up a crew head. You can give me a persuasion check to try with one of the crew that are the port crew that are tasseling all the ships together, to try and give yourself an advantage on a roll, which will let you kind of pick between two.
That's a 16.
16, nice.
And I want to say to them, do we think we could be somewhere towards the middle of the pack?
Mm-hmm.
Just if we get into trouble.
Mm-hmm.
And then I gesture towards the newbies.
Yeah, nice. And I think he with a 16, the port crewman, as he looks back, sees that he almost like reads what you're saying, misreads the intention of it. He sees it as you and 4 guards, and he's like, "Oh, you're a pretty well-armed crew. You're right. It makes sense to put you in the middle, where you might help some of the less armed crew, because you've got more guards than others." And he was like, "Smart thinking." So yeah, different motive, but same outcome. So yeah,
that's all that matters.
Nice. So can although actually we'll get Willow and Gimbar, you can just kind of move to where you want to be. So I'll have you help me roll for the talons. So we have oh god, this is where I said that's that loud. I've got to make sure I remember it. Spit have 2 wagons. Nimblefingers had 2. Did I say Nimblefingers had 2? I did say 2, I think.
Yeah, 2, yeah.
Embercore had 1. And then Gilded Jewel done it. So you have between you 5 wagons. Oh yeah. And the other 5 are for the talons. So I'll do it on the combat tracker. Can you all give me D20 rolls, please? No modifiers. You'll be rolling for your ship's cargo.
Nat 20.
Ooh. So nat 20, I can. Ooh, 8's not good.
10.
2.
18.
11.
Do I not get my advantage for my wonderful bit of persuasion? Oh, I do. Oh, right,
yeah. But hang on, remember what you said, because I didn't. I got as far as nat 20 and I gave up.
I got 10.
Gimbar, you got an 18, right? So it's 0 now at 20. Gimbar at 18. What were yours in the end, Dan?
10 and 3.
10 and 3. Nice. Cool. Who? What else do we get? Kins, what did you get?
2.
Oh God.
Yeah.
2. Peril.
11.
Oh, what? Sorry.
11.
11. And Weaver.
8.
Oh, that's a nice mix. So, you got that 20, Zero. So where would you guys? You've got 1 in on the 8, but within that 20, are you wanting to place yourself somewhere specific, or let it go? You've got honor in that 20.
Is there a chance that the 2 could be split up then, or is it?
No.
The
two will be together. So yeah,
Okay.
you've because you got the 20. I mean, I'd average it out to move up the list, but with the 20, you can try and negotiate if there was somewhere you would like to be close to or not behind. So at the moment, you've got the worst roll and the best roll are talons, and talons ones are going to be slightly split.
I guess close to the back.
Yeah, which would be the 8 where you are.
Yeah.
Fingers. Okay. Cool. Okay, that actually will work out pretty well for you guys. So you guys will all be. Oh no, I need to roll. 1, 2. Like, why have I not got enough talent? Ships. 16. Oh, you got 11. Okay. Interesting. Quite good, I think, maybe for you. And coil. 1, 2, 3. That's your 5. So you are all in the middle of the Talon boats. There is 1 Talon ship that's going to be bringing up the rear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cool. I'll do a graphic for this after. So the first 4 boats that get tied together and brought out are the Talons ones. Because they're not your ones. You can see each other as you all start moving around. And there's a bit of a maze as they all start getting brought out as one of the... as a few of them get tied together, and then the first tugboat gets attached to them. The first 4 that get attached are Talons, and then they attach a tug. The tugboats push rather than pull. And the first 4 get done, and then one of them gets left behind. So you see the Talons going. You see a bit like them get slightly irate as you can see that 4 of them are done, 1 of them has been left behind, and these guys are swearing, but dockyard workers give no shit to that. Then they put the next ones in there. Ember Coil on the next train, 2 from the split, so 2 of the Dans ones, 2 Mercs ones, then the 2 Nimble Fingers, and then the Talons one will be at the end. Actually, the ship will be 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Because the Talons ones will be light. Ember Coil and the split will be heavy.
You're missing ours, aren't you?
No, yours at the front at the end. Because you got 18, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to seeing this drawing of the boats lined up.
Boats lined up. It's going to be a Rosie and Jim graphic. And then you're...
So is it? Did they count to 5 in Rosie and Jim? In French?
That's Tots TV.
No, it's Tots
Tilly
TV.
was French.
Sweet. 3 tugboats. Split on weight.
Magique.
So yeah, so there's 4 Talons, tugboat, Ember Coil, split, tugboat, Nimble Fingers, Talons, tugboat is the order we're out. So that's the order that they all start getting rolled out on. And then as the lock opens, they start to move out into the front. So first ships that are going to go into lean the front, that will hit anything or see anything first will be Talon ships. So it means they are the guards, they are the lookouts for what's coming up first. As naturally, but you guys can go in and help if you need to, or if maybe you might not trust what they might be doing. Who knows what their motives may well be. But that is your order. So it'll be Whole Load of Talons and then Tugboat, Ember Coil, which is Peril. Then it'll be Mercs 2, and then another Tugboat. Then the 2 for Nimble Fingers, so Kos and Zilna, and then the Talons at the end, and then Tug. So Willow Gimbar, you can decide or influence with Venomina where you would like to go in that rank order, because you've just got 2 crates that you can put on anyone's, and you're going to be stood around. So it's where you would like to place yourself in that order. Probably at the beginning of a Tugboat, so you'd either be next to a Talon, next to one of Dan's, or next to a Talon, really. You could be either side of a Tugboat. Would you have a preference?
I don't really want to be near the Talons, to be honest.
You go
Thieving bastards.
right in the middle would put you
It's
behind
more
you would
balancing
be
the internal risks and stuff, though.
yeah. Behind, if you go to the middle Tugboat, behind you would be Kos and Zilna, and in front of you would be Mary. Which puts you the furthest from Talons.
You can pick it, pal. You can.
Yeah, I guess I'll go in the middle. That's what I mean, if she'd have a preference.
Wherever you think's best. At the moment, until you know more, she wouldn't have more of an opinion other than like whoever we're near, we need to find out as much about as possible. Cool.
Yeah, I guess the safest thing would be in between the 2 people we know.
Yeah.
For you,
yeah, this way, I mean, yeah, roles work pretty well for you because you've got Terry at the front, God help us all, Dan's motley crew, and then you guys, and then Kos and Silver. So you're all.
You mean Merkin's?
Sorry, and the Tugboats.
Sorry,
Merc. Don't say Merc. Don't say Merkin out loud, because I'll repeat what you say. 30, 40, 50. So each of the individual wagon, that you look after is about 50 foot long. So those of you that have 2, that's 100 foot that you're covering in terms of distance. Cool, I've written that down so I can do something with that later. Lovely job, Loge. Nice. So everybody's on board. Choo, mother stickers. We're heading out onto the road. You can see as you kick out from the central lock, those main locks are open as you are going out into the passageway, into the canal, leaving the fog behind. But for the start, these copper engines kick up so much smoke. There will be a few other wagons in between with some coal on them. They get shared between the tugboats. I'll slot that in somewhere. But yeah, they are coal powered, so they just are hot. Moving on the back end, those of you that are like have your boat and then like a bit of a gap before you're roped into the next tugboat, can feel the heat coming off these copper jet engines that just foaming out water from the back, pluming out smoke from this chimney that comes out. But because they are copper, they just radiate heat, which would be great if it's cold and wet and you want to stay warm. But yeah, when you're behind them, it's like as they get going and start the caravan moving, there is so much soot just coming out of these things as they fire up, and you start your journey southward. But once they get going, once you get onto the canal and start chunking your way south and get out of the city, the wind very lightly starts breezing, but blowing in your face. Those of you up to the edge, you can see that the speed of these things is quite slow. Very easy. You see a few of the guys straight away from some of the other boats. Once it starts to get going, they jump off. A lot of the crews of the tugs will jump off and walk along the sides, and they have these big old like 10-foot poles that they use just to guide some of the front of the boats. Again, they don't really have any way of steering other than just going straight. So a lot of it is done by pulling of ropes from either the left or the right, or pushing with barge poles. But if you walked alongside at normal pace, you'd be keeping pace with these tugboats. They're not super fast. They're probably a little bit slower than walking pace. So very easy for you guys to get off walk and walk ahead or walk down. It'd be very difficult for you to get left behind. as you go here. Canal itself, especially as you exit here, is about 60. It's about 40 foot in width, side to side, and the canal boats themselves are probably just over 15 foot wide. So there's between 30 and 40 foot width. You can see if you're able to pass side by side, you definitely have to slow down just to make sure there's enough room for them to pass. But the canal is built that it is just wide enough to pass here. So you're on a boat. The water itself expands left to right, bank to bank, is about 30 or 40 foot in different places. What you're on is about 15 foot wide. And depending on how many you're looking after, either 50 foot long or 100 foot if you're looking after 2. Does that give you the scene of the boat? That's pretty much what we're playing with for the next 2 weeks in game. Boats on water. Their widths are going to change a little bit here and there, but roughly you're working with a 30 to 40 foot wide canal with a 15 foot wide and a 50 foot long boat.
Is it going to be like that Flash game where you had to move the cars to get another car out?
Like, yeah, it's at some point it might be, but not all the way through. But that could be fun. We'll see how Terry gets on before we decide what we do. But you're all lined up, all set to go, and away you start chunking off on your first day of travel. As you head out into the wild, wild west, into the south. For a lot of you, the furthest south you've probably been. Where is... oh my God. Can I turn these off? Oh, I can't. Where is... here we are. So yeah, you guys are leaving Newmonger now, heading down the Grand Canal, as it's called, which will take you all the way down to Easterble, which is the next major large town. There'll be stop-off points along the way before you dogleg round and start heading down onto the main river, which will take you into the Island Kingdom. So this is rolling, flat countryside. You can see that there is just rolling, very low hills. You can see for quite a distance out to your west as you're facing and you're traveling south to the west. You can see the fields. To the east you can see out, and eventually you can see kind of the sea and the coast. But yeah, from where you're traveling, you feel like you're just traveling on a canal through just big rolling fields of wild grasses. Nothing really to note around here. You're entering, or will be as you get into the latter part of the journeys, entering farming country for the south. But yeah, for most of you, it will be the first time you have been this far south ever. As we chunk along, did anybody want to do anything around checks? So it kind of, the world is your oyster for some of these days, unless there's something I'm going to stop you for. It's your time to speak to members of your crew, to speak to other members, to do other checks, work out other things to do with the other caravans. But as you kind of set off into your first day of travel, is there anything anybody would like to do or talk to or check?
I wanted to have a chat with Kedri.
Yep.
If possible.
Sure.
I'll speak to him in Gnomish as well, just because.
Yep. So who does anyone else speak in Gnomish?
I do.
No, sir.
Go. Just so we know beforehand. But yeah, so for where you are, oh god, I need to bring this somewhere I can look at it more openly. So where you guys are at the back, unless you guys are saying you're moving to someone else's caravan, you wouldn't be able to hear caravan to caravan. And also between each of the tugs, there's a lot of noise going on. It's not a peaceful journey. So yeah, if you want to be listening in on conversations, you're going to have to be sneaking up and getting quite close to people, or actually saying you're getting close to people. But yeah, if Peril's the only other one, then you should be fine. Speaking to Kedri.
So Kedri, I meant to ask before, back in the factory. So the name Nimblefingers. Your boss, is it Rolo?
Rolo Nimblefingers. He goes, my boss is Master Master, what's his face? Hang on. Maybe move
A
it.
typical gnomish name.
Iridane. Yeah, Iridane. Iridane Flux. But he knows Rolo. You know Rolo Nimblefingers.
A very long time ago.
Oh, he's like a legend.
He is, yeah. He was the one who sparked my interest in crafting in the first place.
Oh, he's the one that's and he like points back to the cargo. He's the one that sets all this up. He's the one that got the deals going for these. Although from what Iridane says, I mean, how much of it was his choice and how much wasn't, we don't know. But it's been a profitable business. I haven't seen Rolo since I've been working in New Manga, but Iridane says he was a genius.
He was, yeah. You say you don't really know whether it was his own choice to.
Well, I mean, he's from what I understand. I mean, of course, I only know what I know, but from what I understand, he was a bit of a great. I mean, he was great with the automatons, and they wanted to get these helper bots out and do what else, but yeah, like to do the level that we're doing, and he hasn't been back to the factory in a while. It's a bit fishy.
Oh, is he down in the Islet Kingdom?
Maybe.
Was that
I mean,
way?
Boss says that he went to work with whoever it was that was sorting this contract out, and the orders keep coming. I haven't seen Rolo, and I mean, I've been working there for 2 years now, about 2 years, and the orders keep coming for us. But yeah, I haven't seen Master Nimblefingers ever.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, hopefully I get to see him again soon, and maybe if he's down this way. But yeah.
Well, if we're lucky, yeah. But yeah, that's crazy that you know. And he looks and goes, "You are quite old, yeah." Wow. You come here looking for him? What are you doing so far away from Gaia?
I wanted to just get out in the world, get some ideas, build some new things. Like it was getting tiring in Gaia. I feel like I was stifled.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, you have to follow the path that's set out for you, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's shit. Well, I mean, hopefully, yeah, we're gonna bump into. I mean, we might not, but either way, we'll get these off and delivered, and then you'll have to try and step by and speak to Iridane then, because yeah, I mean they know Rolo better than I did, or sorry, Master Nimblefingers better than I do.
Yeah, definitely when we're back.
Mm.
I say there's sort of just my eyes lit up as soon as I stepped into the factory, seeing what you're making there. Yeah.
Oh, it's crazy. These, I mean, we've been pretty good at the automatons, and I mean, I don't even know how we get away with some of the stuff we build. These talons of Ram that are taking over. I mean, rounding up all the magic users, all the clerics and that were taken away, but yeah, we're apparently able just to trade and carry on. So I don't know how Master's done it, but it means we get to carry on our business. But it means we've made some great. I mean, I've seen what we did in Gaia, but this is crazy. This is like next level on what I've ever seen knives produced before. It's amazing.
It is. Yeah. Maybe it's when we're back, I can help out in a way as well. Maybe learn some things and
yeah, definitely. If you've got the skill, and he goes, well, you got the tools. So if you've got the skills, I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't know where I don't know what the setup is and what they have. I don't know of many gnomes that are down working in the Island Kingdom, but maybe there's. They must need someone to get this stuff working, because let's be honest, the humans don't know what they're fucking doing. So,
yes,
I'm sure there's some work going on. But yeah, crazy. You're just on like an endless journey. Like you're just wandering around looking for stuff.
Yeah, I mean, just trying to find that spark, something to. Well, mention Rolo again. Something to possibly eventually get me to Rolo's level.
Oh, yikes!
That's my end goal, but I mean, it's a long road.
Big goal. Hey, maybe you're not that old. You've got some time left in you. And he like laughs and but he's like, yeah, I mean, Newmonger is a great place to be. That's we've got some good stuff going on there. But yeah, we still work within our parameters based on the powers that be, the orders that come in. Still always creating for someone else. That's tends to be the problem.
Yeah, I know that problem.
Yeah. Size. Okay, so I mean, have you had a look at the tugboats? These engines that were going on them.
I did get well. I haven't had a proper look, but
yeah,
it's definitely something I should probably go and check out.
Yeah, we'll go and talk to one of the boat crew. We'll get you in to have a look. It's coal powered. It's very, very basic, but you won't believe it. But this speed now, we've upped this speed by about, God, who knows, like 5 miles an hour. These tugboats used to be, honestly, so slow. It would take months to move goods around. But yeah, some of the work we did helping them get an engine that had a little bit more in there, less of using these furnaces to produce a little jet power. But yeah, we'll get one of them to show you how it works on one of the ships.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you.
Very good. Yeah, it's very good, and we're very proud of it. One of Nimblefinger's inventions, just to help Newmonger be a little bit more prosperous, is what we're here to do.
Yeah, I mean, Newmonger. So it's just being in the Crucible. That's
it's
something. It's
pretty special. It's pretty special, but yeah. Well, I hope it continues the way it does. That we're allowed to keep creating. As long as we keep filling our orders, then yeah, long may it continue. But yeah, there's some big things underway. If they can get these things working, as he like kind of elbows things again, he's like, it's going to be crazy.
Let's hope they do.
Yeah. You guys. Oh well. You and of course you keep an eye out on what's going on. I've been up since bloody God knows when, getting all these goods on. Keep an eye on Krim and Roth and her. They shouldn't cause any problems, but I'm just gonna go get a little shut eye. But yeah, you boys are in charge. If anything happens, give me a shout.
Okay, yeah, you get yourself some rest.
So he kind of yawns and then dips off again, just to find like a space within the crates, rolls out of bed, and just goes for a sleep. These boats also, they don't have any like living quarters. They have the cabin that the guys that run the boats operate out of, but most people set the crates up and either like roll up and sleep in spare cargo slots, or amongst the crates and stuff that are there, they find a little spot to camp out. When the boats stop for rest, obviously there'll be points to get off and make camps and stuff. But yeah, for now, those that you can see are either propped up or they're on boxes and they're asleep. Nice. So day goes on. The sound of the engines kind of slows now, and the plumes of smoke clear as now the tugboat is moving along the canal. It doesn't take as much effort as it just slowly chunks itself down the canal. Anybody else want to zoom out to?
I obviously want to quiz people around me, but that can wait.
Wait for when? There's no time about the present.
I want to get a test of the fighting capacity of my ragtags.
Yep.
Like just some like practice spars as like a little warming up type thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. It's not going to be like I'm not wanting like proper like rolling and stuff. It's just more like a how test everyone out type thing, just to get a better understanding of them. Because as their supreme commander, I may need to boss them around later, so I should know what they're good at.
Yeah, nice.
And I'll ask them as well, sort of what they're good at, what they think they're good at.
Yeah. A lot of them don't have very good answers. But yeah, you can 100% set it off. And as you, as this is moving so slowly, and you've got two wagons, so there's enough space between to create like a 15-foot long, 5, maybe 10 foot, probably with 2 boats together, 10-foot wide, almost like a fencing arena, which is not quite as long, but there's enough space that between your two ships you can have them kind of sparring whilst on the boat, or of course you can have them jump off and then walk to catch up. But yeah, you can go through and have them train, ask them which ones they are. They give what would, because you are good with a sword, so this is where you could prove yourself. Would you be give me a just like an attack, as if we were doing a blood attack for
unarmed or
armed, as if you were showing them. So like, we'll say as you're teaching them and then giving them things. I'm just trying to think. Your best skill is going to be just your ability to attack. So if you were to attack, make an attack at them, and it'd be like your pointers that you're giving to these guys.
It's not good. It's a 9.
A 9. Oof. Yeah, as you get them to spar, you try to like spar them a bit. You're on the 2 bits of the boat, and it wobbles a little bit, throws you off, and they give you a little look there. But they are grateful for the thing. You can see a few of them definitely Arlon, not comfortable holding a weapon, and he unfortunately pairs up with Yelos, who is actually quite competent. So I'd say the others are there or thereabouts in the middle. Yelos clearly seems to have wielded a sword before. Arlon looks like he's never picked up a sword before in his life. But yeah, they are grateful for the like pointers, even if they weren't great. As you can see, Gimbar Willer, you'll be able to see that Merrin, or Merc, as he's in there, takes these guys off, and he is clearly in charge of this group here. You being on the closest to him would see that as he is, you can hear the sound of these guys fighting, and you can see that Merrin is giving these kind of orders out to these guys. So you would be able to witness it, you lucky sausages. Where did that thing go? Lovely. I just need to make sure I don't write stuff down. So yeah, the day triples on. You have a nice day of weather, quite clear, quite sunny. Now there's some fresh air coming your way. The journey is lovely, but the journey is long. So yeah, if there was yep.
The boat behind us at the back, which none of us are on.
Yep.
I just want to casually, throughout the day, just keep an eye on it, see what kind of guard complement it has, seeing as none of us are on it.
Yes. Oh yeah, you guys are closer to it as well. Yep. Give me a perception or investigation. Probably investigation. You're close enough to investigate if you keep an eye on for a long time.
Nice. That is an 18.
18. You can see one that the guard force that is on it are annoyed that they are here at the back when the rest of their the rest of their party seems to be at the front. It is a make-up of oh my god, where's my piece of paper gone? It's a make-up of mainly humans, humans or half elves or that race or group of races. And there are 4, but there are 3 of these humans that are on this, and then there is a dragonborn.
So 3 humans and a dragonborn.
3 humans and a dragonborn make up the crew. The humans look very irate that they are at the back. The dragonborn is a little bit more stern. You do notice also with an 18 that the dragonborn is looking. Your direction is in looking towards your wagons on a semi-regular basis. Doesn't seem to clock you looking or checking back, but as a few times you're looking over, as you can see, the general mood of these other guys is just like annoyance. But this dragonborn is looking forward, is just keeping an eye forward on your wagons, looking out for something.
Okay. I also want to pull Zilner aside at some point.
Yep.
And quietly have a word with him. Little one.
Yes.
It would be useful maybe if we knew what these things we are guarding are for and where they are going. Who are they being delivered to?
Well, I mean, from what Kedri said to me earlier, but he doesn't actually know who they get delivered to. It's just going to the Islet Kingdom.
Do we know what they are transporting, what these big boxes are?
I mean, it's pretty much what we saw in the factory.
That is some large armor.
Armor or machines?
You think it is like your toys?
A much larger scale, but yes, possibly. At least some of them.
There is a dragonborn on the boat behind us that keeps looking over as if he is very interested in these boxes.
Well, Merrin did say that there was groups that kept looking at me and pointing to me before we got on the boat, so he could be looking for me.
I do not think so. I think he has mostly been looking at the boxes from what I can tell. Perhaps some of our not very good friends are behind us.
That is very likely, I think.
There is not many of them. There may be an opportunity to see what they are transporting at some point.
Okay, we have to pick our opportunities wisely. We can't, because we still have to look after this cargo as well.
Well, it is less important. We must remember why we are really here.
Of course.
You don't want to say these are my gnome friends.
Stop embarrassing me in front of my gnome friends. Damn it.
You already told me not to call him my assistant again.
You're right, yes.
Okay, that'll do me for now.
Cool.
If Willow wants to interrogate half of this caravan.
Get comfortable.
Okay, I'll let you interrogate first.
Say again.
I'll let you interrogate away.
What I was going to say to Gimbar before at any point when she's going to interrogate, she will tell Gimbar, I'm stepping away to keep an eye on the boxes.
Yep.
That's code for I'm being nosy again.
Yes, I'm on a mission and he knows it. I would like, just for the people around, because we're sort of, we've pinched a bit of space on a boat.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to just kind of have idle chit chat with the people around to kind of try and build some level of relationship. I'm not going to say friendship because I'm not that keen.
Well,
But-
on a brighter note, Willow's best friends don't die. That's not canon. So
I think we're like trying to make friends with Arlen, the dwarf.
She's gonna
No.
kill you.
Kill you. I'm going to push you off the boat. Yeah, the reasoning behind it is more just because we've got a small cargo, we've got a very small crew.
Yep.
We have to kind of be with our person at all times. And so I want to build some level of, I can't think of the word.
Rapport.
Yeah.
Rapport, that's the word, with the people around. But also because then I feel like in chats they might say things that they've heard without it being like, hello, I'm sat next to you, what's happened?
Okay. That makes sense. So you want to, so you are in the middle. So you've got the crew people that are running the tugboat themselves that you can sit with, but they obviously won't. They just run the boats. They don't necessarily do any of the fighting. Where are you going? Is it talking to some of Merrin's crew, or talking to some of Costin's crew, or are you going further?
It's going to take total advantage of her advantage on insight and question everybody, every NPC.
I want to go from the beginning to the end.
Yes.
In alphabetical order.
I think I'll start with Merrin's crew, maybe the people that are standing back whilst the others are doing
Fine.
their fight testing things.
Okay. Cool. And so you just want to build a rapport with the people around you. So give me three I'll say persuasions. Persuasions are fine. 3 persuasion checks. First one will be for Dan's crew. Second one will be for the tug crew. Third one will be for the Nimble Fingers crew.
Okay. So the first one is a 14.
Mm-hmm.
Second one is a 25.
Nice.
Third one is a 16.
Can we have her do the Nimble Fingers one at disadvantage if I see her being nosy and warn the crew about her?
No. Because of the Terry Crews gift.
Damn it.
Also, I feel like Willow knows now when to act and when not to act. Okay, so I would say with the 2 crews, you build a decent rapport. You get like a few conversations with some of the guys that you can hear from the conversations with some of Merc's crew that they are young and inexperienced. You could get that straight away from them, but they're friendly enough. Same with the others that are not Zil and Kos. They are a bit more experienced. They have done this. They've done this trip a few times. They've been picked up on for. They are armed. How good they are, you wouldn't know, but they seem again friendly enough. The tugboat crew, though, you really hit off with. It's like a really nice older man is the guy that is the driver, and he has like a younger assistant who is like a member of his family in some way, shape, or form. And he makes some hilarious jokes about trying to set him up with someone nice, embarrassing his younger family member. But him himself is very nice, and he's grateful for the chat. You have a very good rapport with him. So if you do ask questions or require favors, you feel like you run. You've built up a pretty good rapport with this guy in a very short period of time with 25. I know you asked what his name is, but his name is Ian.
Oh my god, I love him.
Yeah. Oh boy. But yeah.
Well, he's going to die soon then, isn't he?
What's his family member's name?
His
Ian's
family member's
family
name
member.
is Rick.
Ricky, maybe, because we're friends.
You could try and call him Ricky.
Are these all EastEnders characters?
Yep. The other 2 boats are run by Phil and Grant. They're a bold set of bald brothers that we don't get on.
Orcs, I assume.
Yeah. No, because we don't use names from outside and bring them in for comedic effects, do we? No, we don't.
No, we
No,
don't.
We don't. Fucking fall off the boat.
And then where was Peril's crew? They were in front, right?
Pearl's crew's in front, yeah, so you'd have to go ahead of Dan's crew.
Could I do that?
Yeah, you can do if you want. If you want to do the whole, if you do 3 crews in one, 4 crews in one day, I will assume you will start to get a name for the nosy one.
Okay. I'll wait until another day to do his boat then.
And the other tugboat guy's like, if you just seen this, she's just walking up and down fucking asking everyone their story. But yeah.
I like to think after I've made the rapport with Ian, I actually just want to hang out with Ian for a bit.
Yeah, and I think he like sucks up a lot of your time telling you stories that like take a while to get to the point, but when they get there, at first you're a bit like, is this guy a bit cringy? But actually it turns out he's just like pretty nice, salt of the earth guy. So yeah, he uses up quite a lot of your time. But he walks you through as well. He'll give you all the details of the journey that you wouldn't have had before as well. So he will tell you that you have a couple of days roughing it, and then around the 4th day you'll stop. It's where the junction to go out east, where the canal kind of splits a little. So you usually have an in stop there on day 4. Then you'll have a few more days on the road. Then the second stop's usually around day 9, where you get another in stop, like a nicer stop. And then they usually have one about day 12, last stop, which is before you then go into Island Kingdom. So he's telling you it's only a couple of days. You kind of sleeping at rough or sleeping on the edge of the road, but as long as the weather's nice, it's not so bad. But then when you get to each of the inns, it's nice just to get a break, and like gives you a few tips on making sure you get in there, make sure you get rooms and stuff beforehand.
Mm-hmm. And can I ask Ian whether it seems like quite a big caravan, and everybody keeps mentioning about it being a big caravan.
Yeah.
Have you seen one of this size? You've obviously been on the boats a while.
He's seen one of this side, but not in a very long time.
Mm. And is there usually like such a mix of cargo? I know that people kind of jump on the back of a big caravan, but there just seems to be a lot of different types of stuff on this one.
I think he's been fair enough. I think he wouldn't note the differences. He's like, it's always with merchants, they're always selling something you get, but they haven't seen a large one like this for a very long time.
Okay.
I don't think he wouldn't gain any suspicion, but nor does he really pick up the lots of different stuff going. It's just he drives a tugboat, they push cargo has boxes on it. He's like, I see boxes, I see cargo, I see boxes. It doesn't really pick up, because all you are looking at on each of these wagons is just like a bunch of crates. There's nothing really to denote. Wilhelmina will be the one that is the most different to everyone else, because she's got 2 kind of nice gilded chests and she's handcuffed a big briefcase to her hand. Everyone else has just got some of the boxes are bigger than others, but they're all wooden crates.
Okay. When I've finished with me friend, I'll go back to Gimba and Wilhelmina. And just be like trying to figure out the people around us. We're obviously in the middle of it here. Explain the people that I'd met, the fact that Merc's crew will seem young and quite inexperienced, but the others seem a little bit more. But some of the sizes of crates.
Whose crew?
Merc's.
Who's Merc?
Oh my god, he didn't tell us, did he?
Would you have, when you went to introduce yourself to his crew, would you have spoken to Merrin?
No, I would have pretended I didn't know him.
Okay. So all you know is the crew from the ship in front, and the merchant in front, and the merchant behind.
Okay. Well then, to Gimba, then I'd say Merrin seems to be looking after a crew who are inexperienced.
Well, I mean, I've seen him fight. He's done well. I'm sure they'll be fine.
Yeah, I was asking if I don't know if you've met him. He's called Ian. He's fab. He's the tugboat driver. Just if he'd seen anything of note, but he said not really. Wilhelmina, I'm sure that you've done these journeys before, but he said this is the biggest caravan he's seen in a while. A very long while.
Yeah, biggest we've had for a very long time, actually. This many, but then we haven't had one for a while as well. So it's a bit like when one comes, you don't want to miss your chance to move. So,
Is there a particular reason why there hasn't been one recently?
well, it depends on the movement of goods. It's been a bit quiet. Not much coming down from the south. I mean, the Talons cleared that pathway up, and we hoped that opening up a better trade route with the north would have us see a bit more from the east side. Maybe we mainly would contract with the Iron Hills, the bugbears of the Iron Hills. They'd send us down. They'd send down a lot of materials for the Crucible. But yeah, we had a rush when the bridle path was opened first, and then it kind of calmed down for a bit. But the Talons and their movements in the south have been keeping everybody busy. So they seem to be ramping up for something, and that gets all the merchants moving again.
Have they helped business in any way?
Talons?
Yes. I've not really come across them. Like I said, from a time in mountains, I've first time down here.
Yeah, they well, it's a double-edged sword. They help. They are generating business. You see, there's a hell of a lot of armaments that go south to them. I would say most of the goods on this caravan have probably, in the end, been ordered by them in some way, shape, or form. They've got all of the guard force sorted. We had good deals before with the King's Guard. They weren't too much of a problem. I mean, if you're a certain way inclined or have certain abilities, shall we say, then some of their practices are quite barbaric, but we don't see much of that in Newmonger. They seem to have left us be. We're useful to them, and that has brought about some business. The Crucible is thriving thanks to them. Yeah, wartime always makes the blacksmiths happy.
And this business of yours is a family business.
Oh, no, not my family. I'm from the Gilded Hills, and
Yes,
so to be
yes.
fair, is Durgan. Not Durgan. Sorry, is shit. What's that man's name?
I'm with a V, I think. It's Varric.
Varric. Yeah, Varric. She's like, from Varric and I came over from the Gilded Hills, and yeah, it's just a way of getting out of just the simple business of gold and silver and adding a little bit pizzazz to it. But the Newmonger's been very good. There's quite a lot of wealth that flows through some of these merchants, let me tell you.
So, well, I've got you both here. I do is kind of a bit of a twirl. Is this a bit much? Flush off my robe. It's not really my style. You know, I'm a bit more of a simple man. I don't really do flashy, but I thought I'd need to look the part. And try to impress, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Willow's stifling a smile.
She looks, Velorina looks towards Willow. I mean, the man asked you what he thinks.
But I've never seen him in such dashing gear.
Well,
I mean, he seemed to have bought it after meeting you, Wilhelmina.
well, you know, what I say. Not good dwarven men. Good dwarven men are always supported by very, very strong dwarven women. Without us, these men don't know what they're doing. So glad I could be a little inspiration in your life.
A very good influence, I think.
Oh, good. Now,
Right,
don't
I
get
say to her
distracted by that robe. Make sure you do your job.
No, it's just, like I said, it's not usually my kind of thing. But I'm sort of umming and ahhing as to whether I like it or not.
Mm-hmm.
You look nice, Kimber.
She said it would look better with your beard.
Thank you. Yes. I thought I'd try and change things up a bit, but it doesn't feel right without a beard.
She looks towards you, Willow, and says, like I said, dwarven men lose their heads without us women.
I'm starting to see that.
I kind of blush.
Well,
Is
grow
it
your
more
beard back
prominent
in
because he doesn't have a beard?
Yeah, it does. Got red rosy cheeks anyway, but they're more red.
Or does it look like he's now got a beard back?
He's got stubble rash.
Philomena,
Mm.
if you do notice, obviously, we've got a long time on the road, or on the water, I should say. If you notice any of the other merchants that you're particularly concerned of, do let us know, just so we can keep an extra close eye. I've been having a chat to those around us, building some levels of rapport. But yeah, just give us a heads up.
I will indeed. Well, like I say, I don't plan on moving too far, but good. As long as we know in front and behind, we've got some solid swords. That's always good. And if we don't have, we have the luxury of picking up and moving somewhere else. So keep an eye out. There's a lot more wagons here. If we need to move further up, then let's move further up. But you guys, do your best. But that's what we want. We want to make sure we're surrounded by some nice solid swords. Sweet.
I think Peril would use his time watching, get the lay of the area he's in, like keeping an ear out for the four bruisers, but also kind of like watching the talons in front of him.
Yep.
Trying to see see if they've got any interests in what's going on his barge, or just generally seeing what they're doing, their routine, just anything interesting, really.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, give me. Yeah, so you're on. You have literally been left with no job. You've got essentially four barbarians that are looking after this one cart. That's a lot of barbarians to look after a cart. So they're just like, just do what you want. So yeah, you can position yourself up on the front of your boat, just before the tow. So you'd have the front of your wagon. You'd have a tugboat, and then you'd have the talons one. So you can kind of mill about a bit and get a little. Oh god, hiccups. Get a little look at what's going on. So yeah, give me a perception check.
Perception. Oh, 11.
11. You see, one thing you know is that none of them come down your way. There's a few people that would mill up and down. I think from where you are, looking back, you'd see Willow at one point kind of make her way up and make her way down. And there's a few others that jump off and take walks up and down the canal side, jump back on again. In front of you, not a single one of these talons have come past that tugboat. Those ones that are in those front four are staying in those front four. So you're not getting a good look at. They're clearly not paying any attention behind them, or milling or mixing with the crowd behind them. They are staying up in front. But yeah, you don't see any. Other than that, there are guards there that you see every so often. You're not close enough and behind the tugboat to get a really good look. I'd say with an 11, one thing you do for keeping an eye on them going forward, you know that it's you, there's a tugboat, and then there's these 4 talon guards. That the tugboat, you assume, is being run by probably Art Boncel's crew or the port crew that are there, and they, from their position on the top of this thing, would have a very good look at all those 4 cabins. So if you could, from your position, which could be pretty good, you could be up high on boxes looking, but you're looking, it's like I'm trying to watch what's happening in front, but in front of me is a fucking tractor. A little bit like that. If I could get into the tractor, then actually I might have a better look. So you don't pick up too much. One, they're not mixing with anyone. They don't seem to be breaking away from the barge at all. And the other thing you notice is if you wanted to try and actually get a good look at what's going on, that viewpoint from that tug in front would look down across all 4 of these cabins, because it's supposed to be looking out in front.
Okay. So yeah.
It doesn't have to be now. It comes to you. Yeah, it comes to you as like, okay, if that's what we want to do, that might be a better way of doing it than risking a perception check around something. Having a clear view down, you're gonna have great sight lines. You're gonna have lower DCs for stuff mechanically.
Okay.
Nice. So yeah, tugboat journey goes on. You left real early. The boat doesn't stop during the day. will. What did I say? In terms of stops, it will stop at night for a brief period of time for some of the boats to get rest in the darkest parts of the night, where it's safer because they don't have sight lines, so it's safer to all camp up and have lights and torches around than it is to travel through the night sometimes, unless they need to make up time. So as it starts to get towards sundown, they start looking for appropriate spots to stop. These guys do this one all the time, so there are lots of appropriate places to stop as the kind of first day of travel comes to a rest. Zilna, can you give me an insight check, please?
Insight. Ooh, that is a nat 20.
Nat 20.
Second nat 20 stayed for useless things, probably. Well, this is actually more important than the other one, but
yeah, it depends. It's not combat, but or is it? You have the conversation with Koss. You speak to some of the guys. You know that you've got this one crew behind you that are the talons that are broken away from everyone else. There's a few times when you about your journeys after having conversations, after like getting yourself set, having some rest. You're on this boat for a long time, right? So you move about the boat a bit. There's a few times when you look down towards the talon boats, and almost every single time that Dragonborn is looking at you. You catch him. You catch his eye a few times, as it doesn't obviously look away, but there's you look back once, you're like, oh, that's weird. Look again, he's looking again. And then there's a few times when you're like, well, if I just sneakily have a look, you can see that this Dragonborn is constantly searching your wagons, but you catch him looking at you. You lock eyes probably 3 or 4 times during the day, where you know he's watching you. This, what you presume is a talon because of the way that the boats are going out, is watching you suspiciously. They're keeping tabs on your movement. So you get, and as night time comes to fall, as camps start to get looked for, you can see some of the tugboat, some of the workers are running up and down as they're getting ropes ready, as they're communicating. You can hear Willow Ian will give you a shout out to let you know what they're doing is just looking for where of the few places they can stop with this size caravan. They're trying to find the best one, and you can see a few of the crewmen are running around as the tugboat operators start to power down the engines, float in and find somewhere that they can rest for the evening. The rest is not safe because it's not an inn, so you have those inns that every couple of days, so that's another mechanical thing for you guys to think about. And again, once Willow shares her knowledge, or those of you that will chat around, you know that you will get potentially get a rest in an inn every couple of days, every 3 or 4 days. So think about that when you're looking at resources and what you're using. If you want to use spell slots and stuff in the day, that you'll be only able to achieve short rest during long rest, because it's not necessarily safe unless you have ways of making it's super safe. But at the end of the first day, it will start to come as the tugboats start to power down, start to find places, and you see a load of the other crews grab bedrolls, grab small tents and camping gears, and are camping on the side of the bank that the boats are tied up at, making their own little areas. Each of your merchants will have brought camping equipment to set up camps that are appropriate for your areas, and each of the merchants will have their own little area. All of the camps start to pull together. So Wilhelmina will suggest that you guys camp pretty close to where Nimblefingers guys do and where the Spit guys do. You kind of create a mini camp yourself, so all of your tents are close together. Again, protection, so you're not in a camp of, it's not 4 tents 100 feet away, 4 tents 100 feet away. You all start to pull together towards the middle of the boat, close to where Dan, where Mirren, Merc and your guys are. You guys would all set up a camp together. You note, however, that the Talons do not join this camp. They keep one in the north, and the guys in the south stay and camp on the boat. They do not leave the boat. So Nimblefingers crew, the tugboat crews in the main, the guys from the Split, the guys from Ember Coil, all of your individual parties would start to camp together that night, giving you guys a chance to mingle a little bit with other crews and mingle with yourselves in a normal fashion as the evening comes down. But we'll take a pee break now as the evening comes of it all comes to an end on day 1. So much fun camping. We break!
Ah,
Hello.
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 I shut the windows before I started streaming. It's fucking boiling now.
Yeah, I keep going on cold.
Yeah.
Yes, and then now.
Oh, my bloody hot
In then out?
flush.
Yeah, up and down.
Wrong when you're right.
Yeah, Gimbad's having a bit of a crisis with this robe. It's too flash for him, it's only his thing, but he's
Good to know.
trying to impress.
Well, I was so supportive.
She was lovely.
See, I can RP.
Was anyone denying that?
Yeah, no. I can do it. I'm a real boy.
I can pretend to be nice.
It's hard for it to be nice, let's be honest.
Oh, yeah.
Hurts.
Sorry. That's what you mean by RP. You mean be nice.
Mhm.
Because when you're being mean, it's not RP. It's just fucking natural.
Yes.
Got it. Got it.
Unless it's with NPC, then it comes naturally.
Well, we all know Ian's dying soon.
No, he's not.
He's
He's
BFF.
he is Ian Beale in my head.
Is he a human?
Yeah.
How old does he look? Like 50s.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe a bit older. It's a bit rough. Bit rugged. He's a wee bit rugged.
In my head, he's the guy from Goodnight, Mr. Tom.
Good night, Mr. Tom.
For me, he's granddad out of only Phil Houses.
Yeah, okay. He was not that old, but that's not far from it. He would have.
Yeah.
He would look that old, but probably not be that old. Yeah, because in Good Night, Mr. Tommy, that guy's probably only supposed to like 55.
Mm-hmm.
The way that TV works. So he's probably 35. of a grey beard, balding head.
Sounds like me.
Sounds like you.
I was going to say the same thing.
Wait, I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah, sounds like Kins.
Okay.
I have a
Just getting-
mechanical question for you, Herb.
Yeah.
My thing when if I grapple and I can move without restriction.
Yep.
If I were to say want to move for the Mina, would I be able to use that? Or is that in that case?
She'd have to consent to being grappled.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, you'd have
I'm on
to.
an emergency, not a bit of rough and tumble.
Yeah.
Yes.
It'd be the same. Yeah, because essentially, because the grapple check is the roll, right? So she could,
Yeah.
she was going to consent to being grappled.
Come with me if you want to live.
Mm-hmm. Get in the chopper. Get in the canal. No. Yeah, but yeah, as long as someone with that stuff, with allies moving them, as long as they consent,
Okay.
we can be a bit looser. A bit loosey-goosey. I need to just highlight what I've written down here because I don't need those. You've all got that. Run out of space on my Excel spreadsheet for me nerds. I'm getting bloody confused.
Don't need notes to know to kill Terry.
Bastard's gonna die.
That's what's taking up all the space. Is just kill Terry, kill Terry, kill Terry, kill Terry.
It's just fan fiction about how he's going to kill me.
It doesn't have to be good. It just has to happen. You remember that?
Yeah.
Tiny little off-screen death. Name on rolling. Oh. Go out like a hero, or to get left behind. Then I'll get
Or warrior's
poisoned.
death.
Like a warrior's death, you're going to shit yourself so much you get locked in the toilet and then no tugboat leaves without you. It's like Home Alone, but we never go back to Kevin. We just watch the family on holiday.
Terry!
It's kind of like real.
And then everyone goes, "Did we even like Terry that much?" Nah. And then leave him in the toilet forever. The end. Yay!
And none of us know he's called Terry, so like,
Oh, yeah.
who's Terry?
Yeah,
We love-
who's Terry?
Who's Terry behind? So who's Terry? Cool. We've got that locked in.
I'm just
Perfect.
waiting for the line, "Your name's Terry." And then
Mhm.
he goes, "Just Terry."
Just Terry. Nothing else. I promise. Oh,
I also think we should start calling him Just.
No. Don't do
Just
that.
is his first name, Terry's his
No.
surname.
The more you ad lib on it, the more it gets confusing, and then bad things will happen.
I think that's 3-1 Palace.
Oh, is he shouted again?
Yeah.
Wicked.
It is Strand Larson.
I'm just trying to full shit. Burns. So, you get to camp. End of day 1 of travel. Yay! Camp is all set up, and as you all are in, conjoining, for the festival, it's a bit friendlier. You all have your own individual camps and campfires, where those are your merchant heads will have all the tent equipment. You got lackeys and stuff like that put up. You guys can help put it up. They'll have food and provisions for you as everyone goes off to cook. There are food and provisions. They do tell you that there will be probably chances to go hunting at some point, because they've got provisions that are going to be very bland unless you can start. It's not like they brought a banquet with them. They brought lots of like rices and oats for breakfasts, like porridges. And if you want to juice them up, you go and hunt some game or some boar, and you bring that back. And those that go out and bring it in get to eat it themselves, but can be shared with the camp to make it a little bit sexier. But day 1, you've got provisions that are okay. You've not been that long out.
Can I?
Yep.
As we're kind of what I assume is an untouched area right by this canal,
Yeah.
river, whatever you want to call it. Can I do a nature check to check for berries for pudding?
Yeah. Of course you can.
That is a 26.
26. Yeah, you are...
Ideally not poisonous ones.
Yes, I'm with a 26. I mean, I would have said you found berries either way. I just wouldn't have told you whether they're poisonous. Yeah, you find like bramble bushes, not too far away from where you've camped up. Gives them a nice cover on the coast from the sea air coming in. But yeah, they are horrible, thistly bramble bushes that are not great for passing through, but do grow blackberries and raspberries.
Perfect. I'm going to take a punnet's worth, and I'm going to share them with my boys.
Nice.
I'm basically forming a gang here.
You are. You've got... It's a very well told story. Yeah, nice. Yes, you you go and find some berries. You go show out. Would you show them how to pick as well to get more, or you just do it as a surprise for them?
Surprise them. I don't want them thinking that they're better than me and it becoming a competition.
Exactly.
So
Good
it's just going to be like a reward for a hard day's work.
That's like a reward.
And actually, can I, if the crew are helping like put stuff up, I also want to give some to them as well. Just like 1 or 2 each, just enough to kind of like boost morale. But
Yeah.
a nice little treat.
Yeah, nice little sweet treat as they're out. No, perfect. You can definitely do that. Yeah, so a camp gets set up. At the early bits, you disappear off, get some berries, and as everything is set, as dinner is starting to be served out, you can present. Those of you camped nearby will hear the joys and people being very thankful towards someone called Merc for giving them some sweet treats. But you are all camped together, so we don't have to roleplay it through, but you would all have the chance to mingle, where some of the crew will mingle as well. But it means that you'd all have a chance to introduce yourself in some way. So chatting going forward won't be odd, because you are all camping together. And you see a lot of the crew would do that as well. If you even ask these questions, you can hear like the Goliath having a look to see like any other strong men in the group, any of the ones they're looking through. But yeah, mainly camp for safety, and everyone is fairly friendly. Just because they're from different merchants doesn't mean they're against each other in any way. They're all here to protect each other. So yeah, just a nice way to camp and spend some time with each other. Once you're all together, is there anything you'd like to do to share information between yourselves at this time, where you break off into little groups, or it's to bed and short rests if you need them?
I would have relayed to Cos, at least on the way to the camp, about the Dragonborn definitely looking at me and not the cargo.
Yep.
Can we say that people have come and we've fake introduced ourselves to each other so we can just talk now?
Yes.
So then with Zilna and Cos, because they're both near us.
Yep.
Just to ask them, is there anything we should be aware of? Ours is obviously a much smaller cargo. You seem to have very large boxes on yours.
Not that I know of. Don't think there's too much. Oh, how separate are we? Like can we actually like step away? It's like step away completely separate, or is this just in the middle of the group?
You'd be, each of your crews would be in different. You'd have your tents up in different places, but you can see that there is like you'd probably have the fires being pulled together, so there is a larger area where a few people are sharing some bits out, and the tug crews definitely like chat and mill about with each other. So it's just a case of, if you want, you can keep yourself to yourself for your group, but you can kind of see everyone that's operating, but you could also move about and chat, and it's not a weird thing to do. Going across and talking to other people, you see the tug crew like go and introduce themselves. The tug crew are like pretty friendly with most of your merchant handlers, because they've probably run with them before in different times. So it wouldn't be abnormal for you guys just to like dot around, have a little chat whilst the fire's up, talk, have a conversation, move on. There's lots of conversations going on.
Where is the Dragonborn?
Apart from the Talons are the ones that kept themselves set. So the Dragonborn crew, you didn't see them leave the boat. They're wagon behind, so they're there. You can see the front four have made their own camp, which is about 200, 300 foot to the north of where you guys are. So all the other groups have come together. The Talons have already separated themselves from everybody else, and you can hear that like there's like an underlying, not an underlying. There's like a low level thing that some of the tug crews are saying. Oh, we see these guys, they want to get involved, blah, blah, blah. And there's a bit of chat.
But the ones in the back have stayed on their boat.
They seem to have. They haven't come off the boat. There's no fire they've created, and you haven't seen them walk past. So you're assuming they are just hunkering down on that boat.
Okay, I'm keeping an eye out for them in the Dragonborn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can keep an eye out on that ship, see if they move at all from there.
I think I'll probably go to the tug group.
Mm-hmm.
Tug, the guys, sort of like nod towards where the Talon's camp is further up. And be like, they were those unsociable bastards. Why aren't they mixed with the rest of us?
Yeah, and I'm like, each to their own. They some of them just like to keep themselves to themselves. It's gonna be a bloody long journey if they do that. It doesn't really breed a little community that we like to have on these travels, but we can't make them.
Thought it'd be. Seems we're all supposed to look after one another, have us all, camp out together. I thought that'd be the thing. I mean, you can keep yourself separate, like people over here, but still be close by, I guess. But...
Yep. Let's see. Like I say, we can't make them do anything. We're not obliged. I mean, if they get themselves in trouble and they want to stay there, then they can shout down. But yeah, we'll keep an eye on them. We've had groups like this before, but yeah, not much we can do right now.
No.
Whilst
So-
they're... I'm sorry.
No, go on.
I was just saying,
I was-
whilst everyone's having chats and stuff, I would imagine that Gimbar and I would swap with who's hanging near Wilhelmina.
Yep.
So on one of my non-chatting bits, can I just have a look out for the people around in the camp and see if people seem to be sizing each other up or kind of looking back at cargo, for example, that maybe they weren't looking at before? They like, say for example, if there's a bunch of gnomes and they're looking at cargo behind me that isn't their cargo, that sort of thing.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. So for the people that are on the ship, in the camp, you can. Yeah, give me a perception check.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You can see. No, you don't see anyone really looking back at the cargo on the ships. Your camp, like the camp you would make, is pretty much on the bank. So you all have sight of the cargo that's there, and a few of the guards of the lower guards would be, probably one of them would be kind of staying with the ship, or every so often going back and just checking everything's in key. But this early on in, you can see that everyone's kind of relaxed. That no one's panicking. No one's like, should we keep a watch in case someone comes over? It feels very, very relaxed here, and that's from the tug crew, from everyone else that's here. You see a few of them give Wilhelmina like a second glance. Not that unusual, because you can see that she has this like huge briefcase that is handcuffed to her wrist. So you can see them kind of look at her, look at the briefcase. Whether that's any more sinister than like, oh, what, she's got a big old suitcase handcuffed to her arm. Whether it's any more than that, you can't ascertain. But yeah, you don't see anyone shiftily like checking anyone out. The group that Peril with, you can see are having a look around, see what's going on. But from their size and nature, you feel that that's just a more of a bravado thing than anything else. They are clearly the biggest armored crew here. They are all quite large, quite loud, and well armored.
Okay, thank you.
I think I'll probably spend quite a bit of time chatting with Ent and Arlan, what it was called, and any other dwarfs around in the camp.
Yeah, nice. Cool. So yeah, most of the nearly all the dwarfs that are in the camp are all Gilded Hills dwarfs. sort of originally started out in the west and then have made their way out on either on like a kind of like a walkabout before they settle into what they're doing. Arlon's here for that, and will tell you that like he's here to go and experience the world before he goes back and joins the family. Like gets into the family trade. Ent himself left the Gilded Hills and decided to come and work on smithing elsewhere. They tell you a lot about the Gilded Hills, about essentially like all of the big families in there are all gold. It's where all the coins get minted, like where a lot of the gold, most of the gold in the south. In the north, there isn't like a set coin. It's not like all pound coins are the same pound coin, but coins will have different minting and different logos and stuff stamped onto them from where they come. In the south, and he has a few coins to show you. There is a distinct gold, silver, or bronze coin that has been minted in the Gilded Hills. So they do a lot of work with gold, silver, and bronze. A lot of it is with the softer metals. And Ent explains like one of the reasons that he came out here is because he wanted to work with some of the harder metals. He wanted to work and make armors, make swords, make weapons. Where the Gilded Hills really specializes in soft metals, soft precious metals. Kind of Wilhelmina, and that can back that up. Well, that's where the gold and all that stuff comes from. So yeah, they walk you through some of that. They ask you about how the Diamond Mountains are getting on. Talk about the split. How there's not like much chat between the two clans anymore.
Is there any real physical difference between the two sets of dwarves?
Not it. For a dwarf to know, you would notice the differences. For everyone else, they probably wouldn't notice. Yeah, they are. I would say the mountain dwarfs are a little. Both the same size. The mountain dwarfs are a little leaner. They're a little more muscular and angular in their facial features and body tone. Where the hill dwarfs are a little rounder. They don't have to. They are not. The mining they do on the hills is like they don't have to go as deep or through as hard as rock. Yeah, so it's just not, the conditions are much nicer. Therefore, they're a little bit podgy is not the right word, but yeah, they're a little bit less defined. But again, between the two of you, very difficult saying. They have more of a tan. The mountain dwarfs will be very, very pale, very, very pasty, because they do a lot of their work above ground as well as where the Diamond Mountains is all in the mountain, in the base of the mountain. So you live most of your time inside the mountain, very rarely coming out. Hill dwarfs slightly different. They have the hills that they mine into, but then they have these big sprawling, very nice cities. So yeah, they'll tell you a bit about Gilded Hills. They tell you should go and visit and like give you a bunch of places you can go and see there.
Yeah. Anything ale wise, drinks wise, I can get from them.
Not
even if it's nothing I can do with, but just any specialties they know of or they like.
Nothing. Nothing from Arlo. No, Arlo. What do I call him? Arlo. But Ent does tell you that there is there's a really good pub, or used to be a really good pub in the Gilded Hills that has like hundreds of ales on show, and he said like you've got to find one you like there. He can't remember for life and what it's called, but he will rack his brains to try and think of it before you finish the journey to send you on that way.
Yeah.
If it's still there, it's the place. It's like the place to go. They have freshly brewed barrels, and they have like so many barrels across the whole bar. He's like, as far as I can see, but obviously it's not really that many. And they rotate them constantly for whatever is being brewed that time.
My eyes light up at that.
But yeah, he's like, oh, I'll remember the name and let you know before you finish. Yeah, catch up with dwarves. Yeah, and also you can catch up with who you want to. But yeah, if you have no more for the first night, you can take your short rests as long rests. If you need to get back any abilities you get, but yeah, like I said, you won't be getting full long rests until you are in a safer place. This is still a camp out on in the middle of a field next to a canal. You're wild camping.
Are there toilets?
There's a canal. There's the toilets.
Are there any like private booths or anything like that? Essentially, if I were to want to look at my sending stone.
No, but you could, like, at this time, you would only have to, I mean, you're a human as well, so you have no dark vision. You could walk, it's the surrounding the fires you have lit up here, it's pitch black. There is, like, no natural light. When you move this far away, and where you're coming through, it's just, like, desolate. A lot of it will be farmland further south, but now it's just, like, open, sprawling fields. You'd only have to walk 30 foot away before you'd be in pitch dark, or you just dot back to the ship, back to the hub. So you could go the other side. You could say, I'm just going to go and check on wherever it is, although you don't need to check on stuff, but you could just go for a wander to the ship and you would be on your own. So you could find space, but yeah, there is no, where you are in the camp, you'd have to leave the camp or go and stand like the opposite side of the cargo on the ship to get a bit of space.
Okay. Cool. I don't have a message to send or anything. It's more just to check.
Yeah.
They might be talking to me. You never know. They might
They
want
might
to
be
send me a
talking to you.
message.
They might. They also might not, so who knows.
Real shame.
It's a grand show. Nice. So you'll you will get rest. There are shared guard duties between the tugboat crews and everyone else that's there. They will keep a little bit of an eye out. You see that where you are camped up is would almost probably be equidistant between two of the tugboats. So they have some of the crew that will be perched up in that second floor, so they get a view across everywhere from like a 10-foot height, which is a much better viewpoint for just keeping an eye on the camps. But yeah, you're not asked to do any guard duty unless you guys decide you want to do any watches and stuff yourself. So you can all rough camp around the fires in these little makeshift tents, just depending on your crews. Actually, most of your crews will have pretty decent tents. They're just big tarpaulins thrown over big old stilts, and you can get sleeps in your bedrolls and sleeping bags. And awake bright and early the next day for the second day of travel. Which is wonderful. So yeah, morning comes round. It is a similar day to the day before, nice and clear, nice and cold. In this morning, as you wake up, these tents aren't super well insulated, but your bedrolls and stuff are good enough to keep you warm. You are awoken, those of you that don't wake up early anyway, by the sound of the coal engines getting kicked up and warmed up. They need to be warmed up and get going well before you want to start. Moving, so you can hear the tug crews get going very, very early doors, shoveling the coal, getting the fires stoked, getting the engines starting to go, and before they all start kick up. And again, that big old plumes of smoke that shoot up into the air as the tugboats get going again as you start off on your second day of travel. I need to check a thing. So keeping an eye across. You don't see any movement from that boat, but as you get on to your boat in the morning and get set up and start guarding again, you can see that all of the talons are present and are on the boat to the south. So you've seen they either snuck around and you didn't see it, or they stayed on the boat all night, those talons, as they get up, and all the crews are there. And again, talon crews clear up. They can't leave without anyone else because their tug crews are the same as your tug crew. So they pack up the same as yourselves. Everything gets put back, all get on the boat, and off you go away to travel for the second part as you start making your way further south. Again, the further south you've all been. Can you all give me a D6 checks, please? Our favourite of the rolls.
1.
6.
Ooh.
5.
2.
4.
Or
Okay, nice. 1116.
Well, that's Arlon dead.
Oh, it falls in the water. No, not necessarily. I just like to keep him there just in case. See if the day's good or not. Move my
Arlen reveals he's a really big fan of Terry Crews.
Don't you bait me into killing people. I might fall for it. You realise Terry's missing. His body appears floating now. One day.
I don't know.
All
who
you
Terry
see
is.
is a hat floating down the river.
One day. No. You all head out. Some of the crews send around a note that they have seen for the time of season, that they've seen some fresh deer, and that they will be sending out a hunting party tomorrow early. If any of the guards would like to go out and help to hunt some fresh deer, which they have seen the grazing, or they should be coming up on and seeing grazing. So there'll be a hunting party being sent out tomorrow to go and look for some deer or some boar, whatever they can find. So they would go around, each of the tug crews would go around from each of the crews and find willing guards that want to go out and try and make themselves useful on this hunt. So anyone that has the ability to take things down from range is what they're looking at, or with the ability, or would like to try it at least anyway. So that goes round. Each of the crews, each of the kind of tug crews will go down to each of the merchants, and individually each of you will be asked if any of you are interested in going on the hunting party that is to be sent out. Oh, sorry, there's a hunting party going out today, and there'll be a hunting party going out tomorrow. So up to you guys if anyone would like to help hunt deer for the rest of the group, well, and themselves.
No, thank you.
Nah, all of my range stuff requires magic, which I hear is a big no-no in these parts.
While it would be good to test out the crossbow, I don't think I'm going to.
I have trauma from when I last went on a hunting party and was called an apprentice.
It would be interesting to see if I could run faster than a deer, but no.
Just run up to him and grab him. Like, what the fuck?
Just run up to it, punch it in the face.
Yeah. That would be funny. Sweet. Says they go through and grab. You see also none of the talons agreed to go in there. So a few of the hands will go. A few of the deck hands you've got. A few of your crew will go and give it a go. Merrin. So yeah, a small party get pulled to go out today to see if they can catch anything of the first sighting they've got. But as they get into tomorrow, they know they'll have a bit more. So yeah, group will shoot off on a hunting party as the rest of you carry on with your groups as the day continues on. You travel on down south. Talons, again, keeping themselves to themselves, not really mixing with anybody, not sending anyone out on the hunting party, not helping. The word kind of gets round, you hear a few of them just like, seeing the caliber of crew that have gone out to hunt are a little bit, you think like Wilhelmina is a little bit disheartened that the chances of having some like venison or boar to eat is going to be quite low, looking at the caliber of hunters that have left out. But
we'll buy you something special in the inn, Wilhelmina.
As the day cracks on, would anybody like to do any checks, investigations, anything with the other crew members as the day was on?
Probably would have, when we first got back onto the boat, just investigated the cargo just to make sure that nothing had been tampered with or anything when we first got on, and also at some point during the day maybe go and check out the engine room of the tugboat at some point.
Yeah, for sure. Give me a persuasion check.
That is a 15.
15, nice. So yeah, with give me with advantage because Kedri will give you the in.
Fucking hell, that is another nat 20.
Oh, nice. So you have the choice of going to the same the tug that is closest to you, the one in front, which is the one that Ian and his relative,
Ricky,
some sort of nephew, Ricky, is running, or the one at the back, or I suppose the one at the front. So
definitely go to the one in front because I don't want to go near the talons.
Yeah. So you go to the one in front. You with a nat 20 as Kedri goes to take you in there and says, "Oh, look, you're a gnome over from Festivities. You're looking for stuff. Wants to go through. his face lights up. He lets Ricky take the wheel up top, and he comes down and he walks you through like anything you want to know about how this machine works, about like what he thinks are the good bits and bad bits of it, and stuff, different bits that go in there. So give me a skill check to break down whatever you would like to break down on it, whether it be like Arcana to see how it's working, or like a Tinkerer's tool check. To like,
What is the
understand
Tinkerer's tool
mechanisms.
one?
It's proficiency plus. It says on there, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm
It's the
trying
skill
to
plus your
find
proficiency on
the
top.
toolkit. So it's Dex plus proficiency. So that is 23.
23, nice. You draw up some pretty decent schematics for how this thing works. How what is relatively a small amount of coal consumption creates a lot of power to push the tugboat. Like, it's not very fast what's going on here, but it's because it's pushing like a hell of a lot of weight. You think there's 3 of these tugboats pushing 10 in total of these things, and it's going at an okay pace. Imagine what this thing could do if it wasn't just pushing through the water, and its conversion of like energy into output is pretty damn good. You can draw up pretty good schematics for some kind of coal run engine that gives propulsion in some way. You know how the jet part works, how it sucks up the water and fires it out. That's how it works. There's no like rudders and rotors. It is like jet propulsion. So yeah, you can drop the schematics of that and have that in your arsenal for pulling together into something else in the future. But yeah, he walks you through everything. Like opens up the side, lets you get like, probably shouldn't be opening up the side whilst it's running, let you go and see how all the mechanisms are working on the inside. But yeah, he walks you through the whole makeup of this engine. It's pretty exciting.
Yes. And for the other bit, should I do an investigation check?
What was that?
It was just when we first got back onto the
yeah,
barge.
for the,
It was just
for the boxes.
the cargo, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a 13.
13. All seems to be all the straps are still in place where they were. All the boxes seem to be in place. They're all nailed down boxes. It's not like you could like lift them up and peek in and close them. They all would have to be pried open or smashed open. You can't see any visible damage or any tampering at quick glance around the boxes.
Okay.
Nice. Anyone else?
I just want to do some light warming up in the morning as a sort of stretching routine.
Yep.
I'm not saying that Merrin is a proponent of yoga. However, I just work on the basis as he's so agile, maybe he is.
Yeah.
Gets
He's
his
got-
Pilates in, you know?
It's got a good mobility routine. Give me a acrobatics check.
It's an 11.
An 11. Okay.
I don't have my blade song. If I did it with my blade song, I would have
No.
had advantage.
Don't know what to do. You see a few of the guys like have a bit of a puzzled look at you going through this routine in the morning, but I'm not like overly impressed or detested in either way. But they like, okay, this is what the boss does in the morning. Fair enough.
I think I'll probably do a lap of the ones about the barges we're on.
Yep.
I wouldn't stray onto the Talons ones. Just do yourself a lap of those, maybe chat to any of the crew I get close to.
What are you
Nothing
going to do
major,
after those
just-
30 seconds?
It's longer than that. To walk all the way up, walk around, and walk down. It's a decent walk.
I'm sorry, where was I? Yeah, just idle chit chat to anyone who
Mm-hmm.
meet along the way.
Yeah.
But also looking out if there's anybody close enough to where Philomena is, sort of see if they're eyeing the briefcase up. And when I sort of walk past where the Talons are, just not without being so obvious, but just casual perception of what they're up to.
Mm-hmm. Would you walk all the way up past their rigging down? Or
We got
up
to
close
like Terry's barges around the
Yep.
edge, and
Run it
then
on
back
the
as far as Vilna and Cossus. And it's like a circle like that.
Okay, cool. Give me a persuasion check, and then give me an investigation or perception. Should be perception.
Persuasion, did you say?
Yeah, persuasion first.
Christ. 7.
7. Yeah, you as you go around some of the crews, you find it a little bit more difficult to like find and make a rapport with these guys, and kind of not necessarily unsurprising as you get to Merrin's crew. They're all just like young humans. You don't have like a huge amount in common with them as you walk through. Yeah, and you think when you get to the Ember Coil guys, they are all big, brutish barbarians, and these are like barbarians where, regardless of like the whether they are like half naked half the time anyway, they keep themselves to themselves pretty much. And again, as you try to get in, you find it very difficult to break ground with any of them. So yeah, you don't really befriend anyone too much. Again, you don't piss anyone off, but you don't break ground with anyone. And yeah, then give me a perception check for when you're at the top, just keeping an eye on what talents would do.
15.
15. You can see, you would pick out, with a 15, a few things. One, you can see, and you were there, you recognize one of the humans from when you were on the bridge, who is like, doesn't look like he's necessarily given like a talking down to, but he's definitely like having a pretty stern chat with someone. When you clock, you join the dots and think that this is the guy that was referred to as Borash, who was given the head of the caravan. He is a slightly older human male. Underneath the cap he's wearing, looks like he has black hair, maybe with like a little bit of silvering, and has a big bushy moustache.
Say he's being talked down too, while he's doing the talking down.
He's doing the talking down. It looks like he's giving someone a talking to. As you can, they don't pass down before, but as you can see up, you can see the towards the side that they are with 15, that he's giving this guy berating this guy for something.
Do I pick up anything about what it is, or
from where you are? Because it's like you, a tugboat, and then them. All you can hear is the sound of this
just
engine
sound tugboat.
So you can just see that the way he's just like gesticulating at this guy that he's talking down to, and then you catch like from the side profile the black hair and the big moustache, and you're like, okay, I reckon odds on that's Borash.
Yeah,
could be wrong, but the way he's working and you recognize the tash, it's like, okay, I think this is the guy.
Yeah.
But again, they don't seem to want to be. They don't come any further down. They like, it's not like they're staying well away, but they just are not passing down the same way that some of the crews are. And again, some of the guys you'll be talking to have jumped off and they're like walking up and down the bank rather than just sat on the boat, like stretching their legs out. Talons don't pass any further down. They are, and you guys are kind of creating this barrier where no one is passing past this tug. Nice.
I wanna also. I imagine the youngsters spurned by yesterday's sparring are doing stuff, and I want to try and give them hints and tips if possible.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you've got training again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
not as heavy this time, just more lighter than the light spar yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Just because obviously we're getting deeper along the journey, and we never know. We're further away from civilization.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. I think, and also there's a bit of a karma, not karma, Tony. The Euros and Phasar would have gone on the hunt. Euros being like the cockiest and strongest fighter, leaving maybe the less confident fighters. Those two that have gone obviously believe they've got enough ability about them to take down an animal. So the ones you're left with are a little bit more susceptible to the teaching as well. So the ones that need it most, you're left with. But yeah, give me your attack, Robin.
That is an 8.
These guys are
2 + 6.
watching you intently, but maybe not learning as much as they could be. Arlon at least looks like he can hold a sword now. if you hit him, if you hit the sword in his hand, it'll fall out of his hand. But he's
Can we stop saying his name? I don't want him to have a giant death flag.
Arlon has no idea what he's doing, and you've trained him poorly. I hope nothing bad happens to him. That'll be fine. But no, it's nice. At least he's getting better with it there. And Ent is still around. Yeah. And he appreciates your efforts. But yes, it would have been Euros and Phasar that went out on the hunt. So 2 of the crew would have been are off for the day as they go. They went out first thing in the morning. So the morning would pass. There'd be some no stop, but there would be a brief break as like lunch bits are brought round, some breads and stuff that would have been pre-cooked, shared around, so you can all get rations and eat up. As it goes into the early afternoon, not long into the afternoon, you get the call from one of the watchmen inside the tugboats that a party's approaching, and they believe it to be the hunt crew returning. And then another call goes out a few seconds, minute or so later, that shouts down saying, I hope you're not hungry, because it doesn't look like they got very much. As the 4 or 5 huntsmen and one of the crew that went out to find deer come back with only one deer on the back of a horse. Sorry, no, they wouldn't have horses. Come back with one deer. Where would they have gone? Yeah, they would have around the corner. So they would be they would have taken it. They would have like a cart that they'd be dragging that back on, because fuck carrying the whole deer.
Like on a big long stick with its hooves hooked out.
Yeah, carrying it back. I hope. But yeah, so they come back. They give the call out that it wasn't a great hunt, as the guys make their way and join up with the boat much further down. So they kind of would have gone off on an angle and come back on an angle to catch you guys up. And as the hunting party arrive and come back in, Merrin, you would see as Euros and Phasar comes back, and his face is like very pale. His eyes are quite wide. You can see that it's like clearly something happened when they're out there. As 2 of the crew call down to a couple of the other tugboats. Tugboats keep going because there's a few of them, the crewmen there, as they come down to inspect this deer, and you can see a few of them are going through looking at the carcass of this deer. And it would be around the minute. It wouldn't be too far from where you are, but you guys aren't invited to the conversation. But yeah, Merrin, you would see as Phasar doesn't get involved in that conversation, he just comes straight back to the tugboat, kind of just like sits down. And you can see Euros is over with them, explaining a bit of what he had seen when they were there. But they are all kind of stood round, gawping. You can hear that there is a discussion going on about the state of this carcass.
I want to go talk to Phasar.
Yeah.
Which it wasn't how you pronounced it before, but we're wrong.
Oh, is it not?
You pronounced it Phasar.
Phasar. That's about the same. Tomorrow.
Yeah, it's fine. One of them's an Australian breakdancer, I believe.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. That's the one? Crazy. The transition baby.
I'm going to go over and say to him, is everything okay?
He will look up to you to say that was the thing that took down the deer. That wasn't a normal animal.
Can you describe it?
Yeah, it was like it was not. It wasn't a bear. It looked like a dog, a bear and a dog. It was strong. It was fast, and it had a howl, but it stood up on its 2 legs.
How big was it?
And he like looks up at you, and he's like, "It's probably when it stood up, about the same height as you."
And it was alone?
No, there was a pack. One of us hit the deer. We followed it to find where it had landed, and it was being mauled. But there was a few of them there, and then there was maybe four or five. I can't remember. they look like that. They look like rabid animals howled out, and a few of the guys, they fired at this thing, and then the others grabbed the carcass they had and ran, and then we hit one of these, and then it ran and it left behind the carcass, and he points over to what they're looking at. He's like, it was eating that thing, but they were. And he's like, tries to like embody them a little bit. He's like, I've never seen anything like that before, but that wasn't an animal. They said it was a bear. That's not a bear.
Do I see Koss's recognizable lack of nose anywhere?
He would.
I'll be on my boat.
He'd be on the boat. So be a few down.
Nonchalant, not giving a shit.
You know where to find him.
Would I be able to see him?
I don't think you'd be able to see him. You'd be able to call out, but you wouldn't be able to see him. There's a bit of because it'd be like you're on the boat and he's like 4 down, and the commotion will be happening in between you both.
And
we don't know each other, also.
Yeah, I know. He's on the same boat as Zilna, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to try and get him. So I won't do anything for now, but when there's kind of eyesight and they're within 120 foot, I want to cast message to either Zilna or Koss and describe what's happened.
Okay. Well, so you've, Fazar, we'll go back to it, has come back to you and said, and you've gone through with this in, but what is happening at the same time that you're having this conversation with this one individual, behind you there are like 3 or 4 of these crewmen with Euros who are looking at this body, that the carcass they brought back would be between all of your boats. So here in this commotion, you all everyone would have been aware that the crew were coming back, the call went out that the hunting crew were coming back, they've then come back, the then tugboat crew are going there, and there is a commotion going on. This would be noticeable to all of you across the middle cabins that something is happening, but you wouldn't necessarily be quite sure exactly what.
Well, I'll hold that message action for when I see Koss or Zilna.
Yeah.
And what I will be saying to them is describing what it is. Does Koss know what these creatures could be? Do we need to be worried?
Yeah. So yeah, for the rest of you, same thing happens, comes back. One of these guys moves off, and Merrin goes and speaks to him. But you can see the rest of the crew are just looking around. You can see they're talking about the state of this carcass.
I would probably use this commotion to climb up on top of the thing next to us, that one, the Talons one.
Yep. I mean, there still would be someone in driving the boat.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have left it unguarded, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I'll go up to him and walk up to him and like pretend that I'm like trying to see what the commotion is from high up.
Mm-hmm.
But and then chat to him, like think about what he thinks is going on.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the process of chatting to him, I will see what the Talons have got going on and in front of us.
Okay, nice. Give me a persuasion check.
Persuasion. Ah, you son of a bitch. Natural 1.
Natural 1. Nice. You are lucky in that. As you climb up the ladder, there's a young human male who's like keeping an eye out and steering things. He leans over his shoulder as he goes, Rod, what's going on? What have they brought back? Was it deer? And then he turns out and sees you standing and goes, I don't think you're supposed to be up here, mate. And then your persuasion check goes badly. He's like, I don't know what it is, but we don't tend to let the guards and stuff up on here without being signed off. You're gonna need to speak to Rog if you want to be up on his platform. He's like, I don't run the tug, so you probably have to get down.
Is Roger up here? Can I speak to him?
He looks left and right and goes, Can you see Roger up here? Just him.
Oh, sorry, I thought he was talking to Roger. I
thought you were Rog, but you're not Rog, so
okay, I'll get down.
give me a perception check at disadvantage. for the quick glance you get over there.
So first one is a natural one.
It's a natural one. You don't see shit.
Yeah, fair enough.
So yeah, you get up. You know that apparently Rog is the tugboat captain of this one, and there's another guy up there, but he as you're up and he's like, oh, you should come up here. As you try and like get a cheeky look, you don't really see anything.
Seeing the commotion on the shore, I will reluctantly get off the boat and go and see what's going on.
Oh God, not going to attempt to play D&D, are you? That's crazy. Like, what the fuck? Nothing's going on. You go back. No, you can see there's a load of these. As you get close, you can see a deer. What looked to be like an adult female deer that has this complete side of it has been ripped open, looked like it's been eaten by some sort of animal. And you can hear as you get closer that the young human that's there, that you would know is off Mera's boat, is saying that he hit the thing that was eating it, and it's a bear. It was just a weird skinny bear. And the guys are saying, we've seen bear. This is not a bear. We've seen bear attacks before. That don't make sense. And this other guy is like adamant it's a bear. One of the other crew members is saying it was something else. So you can hear they're just having this weird conversation.
I'll just step into the middle and say, describe the beast.
And yeah, so the crewman that is there rather than the younger guy steps in and says, so, and he describes out medium-sized creature that they thought was like a dog, like a wolf, but is less hairy than a wolf. And once they'd seen it, the pack of them that were there howled and then ran away on their back, on their hind legs. They reared up and ran away, grabbing the animal. This animal was caught because the one that they were that was dragging it was shot with the arrow, which led it to drop it, and they ran off. But yeah,
I will attempt to recall if I am familiar with this type of beast.
Yeah, give me.
I'm assuming it is a beast from the description that I've been given.
Yep.
It sounds like a beast. Well, no, because it makes a difference to the plus on the dice roll.
Okay. Yeah, so you'll rack through your knowledge of beasts.
Okay, so plus 9 is a 21.
21. This, when he goes through, it could be a number of different beasts from the description, but every single one that you come to, there's a slight discrepancy. It's like, could have been wolf, but it doesn't sound like a wolf. Wolves are bipedal, they get up and walk away. Could have been a bear, but there's not many bears that howl and then run away. It's like every beast you come to and log through doesn't make sense. The bite marks with inside look don't they look like a scavenger's bites rather than something that is like biting to kill. It's very messy. So whatever this thing was eating was either like starving and eating quickly, or I'd stolen it for something else maybe and is eating around it. There's something very odd about the way that this creature's like inside started to be eaten, and the fact that they then ran it away after they were eaten in the field. There's lots of stuff that you're like, if this was truly a beast, there's a few little inaccuracies in here that mean you, even with the 21, you can't pin it down to a beast, which makes you think it's beast-like, but maybe not exactly a beast. It's clearly strong, but there's so
I'm
many
just thinking,
weird little inaccuracies that you just can't piece together.
could I do something else to try and narrow it down? From the description, pack creature, hind legs, something like a dog and a wolf, a dog and a bear.
I think with 21's a pretty bloody good roll. I think the only way that you could narrow this down is by seeing it for yourself. to get and understand. Like there must be some description inaccuracy in here somewhere because it doesn't fit that persona or something else.
Yeah, I don't have monstrosities in my book, so
something. Yeah, there is something very.
I have aberrations. I doubt it's an aberration.
No, with a 20, like I say, with a 21 for your book, everything that's close is just a little bit off. Something very like so close, but just not there. What is it? So it's tough. For you, it's like, and again, you're a hunter, right? It's a puzzle. It's like something. There's a creature that is strong enough to take down and eat a deer that's working in the pack that you haven't seen or cattle.
I'll tell everybody to get back on the boat and suggest that they should probably throw the deer carcass away since it's been mauled by some creature already.
Yeah, that's a good point. Let me see if... Yeah, there's nothing else in those. Yeah, the most of like, there's some stuff in it they could probably salvage, but yeah, the way that this has been ripped and open, it is a very like. There's no delicacy been. It's not like they've picked out just the organs and the innards. It's like just bits of flesh have been eaten, like bits are torn open. It's just it's in a sorry state.
Yeah, throw it away.
Mm-hmm.
And I will volunteer to go on the next hunt the next day if it's still going.
Yeah. When they see this is here, obviously they have the leave the carcass where it is, jump on, and then they put out the call again to go and see what this might be because they don't have any food. The fear when they come through and then they've cleared us all up and an hour or so goes by, one of the crewmen come around again and they go to each of the merchants. Your merchant handlers, so Kedri and everyone else, would explain to you guys as they come out. You hear the conversation because it's not going to be quiet about it. That they are one, they're worried about sending out crew because if the crew go, they're a bit stuck. So they really want to send out crew on a hunting party. But if these creatures are around and hunting in this area, they think that some of the more experienced adventurers should maybe go on the hunt or not go at all. The fear of not going is that you will run you are really running low on provisions. So if you don't collect some food on hunting on the way, you're going to have to wait and hope that you didn't have stuff to replenish. That's going to cost us more gold. So they're like, really, we need to catch something because otherwise your provisions are going to start to run clear. You can go and we can like try to strip some people's provisions down, but ideally they want us to catch. They need to catch some food, otherwise you're going to start running out of food later on down the line. And this is going to be one of the better places for hunting. So yeah, there's like a twofold. One, if these creatures are quite close, they need to find out what they are. They're a bit worried. And two, if you don't catch food, you guys will run out of food, or the caravan in totality will run out of food, and you'll have to decide who gets fed and who doesn't get fed.
I'm also going to suggest to Zilna that he comes along because I don't want to leave him here with a dragonborn that keeps staring at him.
Mm-hmm.
I will agree to go.
Especially since no one off that boat went the last.
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess maybe see if any of them do decide to go.
For the talons?
Yeah.
No.
Obviously when it gets around to the next morning or whatever. But...
You guys would see as the crew go down there, they just get told to essentially fuck off. They're like, no, we're not doing anything for anybody else.
Okay.
So you can see the crew. They're again on a second turn of it being done. You, on passive insights, can see like the favour of the crew that they're not camping together. Now they're refusing to go twice. With you guys saying yes, and I was going to come to the rest of you. Certain boats are sending certain people out. There is the crew themselves will start to get a picture of like who are helpful and who are not helpful, and how does that sway different things. You can see that talon ship definitely, just the rudeness of them is starting to knock the tugboat crew at the moment. But they're like, these guys really are fucking not. They're being knobs. They're not working with us, and now they're not helping when there's danger on, and they're essentially being rude to the crew as well now. they're starting to rub people up the wrong way. So when it comes to you guys, you both say yes. It's like you start to, each of the merchant crews are building favor in different ways with the tugboat guys.
When the tugboat crew make it obvious that they're starting to get pissed off, could I speak to Ian and just be like, "Oh my goodness, how crazy did that beast or no?" But then be like, the people at the front and the back of the boat that aren't helping, like, what are they doing then? In a way of like, hopefully he might speak to the rest of his crew and find out, and then maybe next time tell me, "Oh, well, we saw them doing this."
Well, they're not doing anything, is what he says. He said they're just refusing to help.
But they're refusing to help.
Yeah.
And they're just sitting around talking to each other.
Yeah, they're minding their own cargo. This is part of the problem you have. The outsiders don't always know the rules. So, yeah, we have to deal with it sometimes. You hope it's only a minority. We report them back. Those merchants have to pay higher prices next time round because their crews that they've hired aren't so good. But yeah, these guys are a little different. But there's not much we can do.
Which merchants have hired those crews at the front and back?
Lechune says, not one of Newmonger's merchants.
That's strange. So not a merchant from Newmonger, but coming from Newmonger.
Oh, no, it's a trade. The trade passes through the canal, through Newmonger, up onto the road. So anything from the north that needs to make to the Islet Kingdom has to come through Newmonger. So yeah, we always have. It's not always merchants. Our merchants just jump on the travel when it's coming through. So yeah, this is coming up from the north, coming down through, and we'll drop off at the Islet Kingdom, and we'll have stuff from the Islet Kingdom that goes up and makes its way up to the north. Not very often, but it does happen.
Just so that I make sure I'm not metagaming. When we knew that with the caravan, we only knew that it was a big caravan shipment. Like the merchants only said that, they didn't say like the Talons are sending a huge shipment.
No one, you get the opinion that everybody knows, but no one's saying.
Okay, yeah.
Like no, there's no way you put on like half of the caravan without anybody knowing what's going on.
Yeah.
It's not worth anybody saying. They're not going to be like, "Oh, I can't believe the Talons are doing this." Like they've fronted up the cost for 5 caravans and the tugboat crew, so they've done all the stuff they're paying. They're not playing by the rules of like the travel. So they're doing nothing wrong technically, but it's not the way it works. Like not how we would work. That they should be offering. They should be camping together. Really, they should be offering to help when this stuff comes up. But if they don't do it, there's not much they can do. Ordinarily, they'd blacklist a merchant or blacklist a crew, wherever it's come from. If they want to go again, they're charging more next time round. But it's kind of like, now you're on the journey, you're a bit fucked. You just got pop. Mm-hmm. But they will, the more and more you're on this ship for 14 days. The opinion of your reputation, each individually as merchants with the crew, has a standing. Like, you want the crew to kind of not think you're assholes because it'll affect what's going on, and also like information that goes out, warnings that come in, things. You don't want to piss off the people that kind of the lookout and keeping you safe on the road. Mm-hmm. So you can just get the feeling that they're starting to piss off the crew, but there's nothing they can do about them, and they probably know it's the Talons, but they're not talking out loud and saying all the Talons are sending stuff. It's just a non-merchant pass-through vessel that needs to get to the Island Kingdom for you.
Okay. I won't quiz Ian anymore.
Of course. So yeah, Kos and Zilnal, so they'll go out. Anyone else, as the guys come through and ask for more people, Merrin, as he gets to yours, you can see like Fazaz, that's like he isn't going. Uranos, though, is well keen to get out there and try and prove himself again to take down one of these beasts, so he puts himself forward. It's whether anybody else would like to go out on the hunt or put themselves forward to go out on the hunt tomorrow, knowing what you know. I think
we have Arlen.
We should.
Can we have Arlen?
I think Ent would probably not let Arlen go.
How would Wilhelmina want us to deal with it? Because we're looking after her. So it'd probably have to be one or none of us go.
You're looking after, again, like she's saying, if it's going out and ensuring that the caravan's safe, then leave her for a day. She doesn't expect that if you leave her side, she's going to get mugged immediately, because you're in the middle of nowhere. It's not like you have horses and stuff. So if it's to go and protect the safety and you think it's going to buy you grace, then by all means, you could both go. You don't feel like you have to stay with her 24 hours a day. She is fairly capable. It's just about just in case. And it would be very off if others turned on her now with the rest of the crew. You haven't made enemies that whoever's left behind isn't going to stick up. It's still a bit of a risk, but I don't think she'll be like, no, don't go and find out what's going on with these weird things. You have to stay with me 24/7. So it's up to you whether you guys, if you guys want to go and you think it's about protecting the safety of the caravan, wherever these creatures could be being close by, then by all means go and do it. And it's only going to be it's a hunt for part of the day.
What do you think, Gimbar? Do you want to go on it?
I mean, I haven't got anything to hunt with other than my hands. And it's probably not wise that everyone goes on the hunt, but if you wish to go, that's fine.
Just going back to when he came to me, I want to see what the rest of the party are doing before I make my decision. So I'll make a decision in the morning.
Yeah. So at the moment, Euros is saying, yeah, he's definitely going to go. The rest of the group, after hearing Fazar's story, is just like, no. So you've got one of your guys going, and Ed's kind of said to you, if you want to go and check it safe, then by all means keep an eye on him. But he leaves the decision up to you. Because everyone's like, ooh, like no one is sure what these things could be that doing it, and it's unusual. It's not like, oh yeah, we've had these attacks before. Yes, deer have been eaten before by beasts and animals, but this is for the tugboat crew. This is a bit odd, and the ones that saw these creatures are saying that they haven't seen these creatures.
I'll speak to a boss and be like, Judy, do you want me to go out and help these guys with the hunt?
Sure. Yeah, you're so to you, if you want to prove yourself, I mean, one of us can go out just to make sure, and then Mock will put himself forward for the big Goliath. He's like, you want to keep Mock company, then by all means, Terry, by all means.
Yeah, me and Mock can go raise some havoc.
Yeah, Mock looks at you and
Get some
goes,
food.
we'll have a little wager, we will. He who kills the most of these beasts gives the other one a foot rub. He wiggles his toes in these little Jesus sandals he's got you.
That's a hard pass, dude. I'm not rubbing your feet.
Well, you obviously think you're going to lose. Thought you had something about you.
I don't want to rub them, dudes. Okay, fine.
I will punish you in ways you'll never know.
You make Mark jealous.
He shakes your hand and goes, oh, I haven't had a foot rub in a long time. He's like, yeah, put us down, boss. So yeah, Yoda signs up Mock and Terry to go out on the hunting crew tomorrow morning as well. They will drop where they went, where they saw they were they got the deer before, and hopefully you either find them or you don't find them and you get some deer. Either way, you need to bring back some meat on this hunting trip that'll happen tomorrow. But yeah, these creatures people have not seen before. See it, you can make a decision because they'll have to go. They won't go out now because it's too late. They won't leave you out in the night, so they'll go out. And the way that it has like a slight concave, the way that it kind of your journey comes down, you kind of do this weird half circle where you come in and round. So there's parts where you'll be able to go out and meet up, but you have to leave first thing in the morning, really, and then join up with the crew later on. As you start to move away from the forest and more into the plains. So that was the fun of the morning and the mid-afternoon. The rest of the day passes without much from my side. So unless there's anything else you guys would like to do, we would pass through into the evening and get set up for the night time. Any information that you want to share, and then a short rest before hunting parties are sent out the next day.
Finding it very difficult to shoehorn in interrogation.
Oh no!
Oh, what? It's a shoehorn, you have it's a camp at night where you sit round and you're like, hey guys, let me interrogate you.
Perfect time to get Terry and Cuss interrogated.
Cos is still looking out for the Dragonborn and the crew on that last boat.
Yeah.
He's still being interrogated.
Try.
I have no interest in speaking to the noseless man. Terry, however, I'll let Gimbar know I'm just going for a little wander. And
Fun.
go and find Terry.
Yeah, you can find Terry. He is awkwardly trying to still keep in with the group of barbarians, which he clearly is not part of, and they sometimes get involved, but most time just ignore him. Looks like he's sat on the edge. Looks like actually he's ripe for interrogation, is how I would describe it. Strange.
So
Sat on his
strange.
own,
What?
no friends. Yeah, it's weird.
Ah, I was going to read my book.
Oh, you could be reading your book. What nerd? He's reading his book. Which
Got
book are
any
you
spells
reading?
for that? Valen Foss's spellbook.
Cool. So yeah, as you
So Willow will walk over and see he's reading a spell book.
Yeah. still
While
read-
surrounded by talons and spells and magic,
Well, the talents are in a
forbidden.
separate camp.
There's no talents
Yeah,
with us,
yeah,
or on
that's
our
a
own.
good count, yeah.
But you don't know the people
Wait.
around you.
We don't know that.
Mhm.
They're not dressed as talents.
And I'll say, I think reading that's the best idea. Out in the open.
It's quite dark out here. So a little look through. Not for too long.
Living dangerously, I see.
Well, I look like a wizard, so
Oh, well, I'm glad that you're taking this seriously. Did you see how all of that stuff? Are you going to hunt tomorrow, or
heard most of it. I didn't see any of it. I was trying to be sneaky and getting a look at Talon's boats, but that plan did not work.
oh, okay. I don't know if you've noticed, but a lot of the people, Willow will sort of look around. A lot of the people here aren't really mentioning the T word, or reading magic books out in the open. I feel like maybe this is quite a dangerous game that you're playing.
Like if someone comes over to ask, I could just say it's not a spell book, but just a book.
I thought, well, and she'll look down at the front cover that he said was called Vortanus Magic Book.
No, it's Varanthos.
I'm sure
It's even worse than that.
that
It's the talon that you killed. There, what there?
Varanthos's book.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
So I'll look down and say, that's actually written in common, which I think that a lot of the people on here would be able to read.
Does it say Varanthos' spellbook on the
It's
cover?
Varanthos spellbook. No, it doesn't say Varanthos. But it
I think
probably
it should
have
be
some
like a
talon,
black colour, right?
talon insignia on it.
Oh, I can put it that way then.
Yeah, you are now because you're about to get interrogated.
Yeah.
There'll be some idle chit chat, just to sort of, rather than jumping straight in. Just say was strange being back in the border forest and Newmonger. You've been to Newmonger, right?
Yes. Yeah, a couple of times for business.
Business with
Secret ashes. Treasure hunting. Going after hunting down leads that sometimes went nowhere.
right. And how long ago were you last there?
It's been a while.
Yeah, like how long would you say? Because it's been a while for me as well, but I feel like probably a little longer than perhaps you.
I don't know. depends on how often I had to go down there for work.
Newmonger.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it would have been. It wouldn't have been many times, but it would have been within the last couple of years. You would have probably gone through there at least once or twice a year. You operate in the border. You operate across the border forest mainly, so like the tip of the top to Redvant and down to Newmonger was your main patch of where you would move. So you probably went through Newmonger. You spent a lot of time there, but you passed through there a couple times a year probably.
Oh,
And you went with people that you worked with, right?
no,
was it-
most of the time it was on my own.
But were
I
you
was gonna-
doing? Were you like under the instructions of someone, or were you just walking aimlessly looking for whatever it is you were looking for?
I was given leads to go hunt down. Yeah, I had leads that was given to hunt down artifacts, that information people might have.
Who gave you those instructions?
That was Henrik, the guy.
Henrik, the guy that we met before.
Yes, the guy who was
Can-
with me at the chats.
Can I, while we're having this conversation, obviously there'll be the noise of other stuff, but can I just keep an eye out for anyone that starts to take an interest in what we're talking about?
Yeah, give me a perception check.
If it's kind of like the people behind us are now stopping talking and listening.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I only rolled a 7.
Yep. You're keeping an eye out.
Yeah. Did you know Henrik for long? He seemed like quite a quiet chap.
I've known him for a few good years.
And he didn't ever go on your trips away? Any work outings or anything?
Not really. It's more he got wind of artifacts or other
Willow
things of
shoots him a
interest.
look. Sorry. She shoots him a look and says quietly, maybe less of the artifacts or magic chat. We know what you did for work, so maybe keep
Okay.
it subtle. When he says that Henrik caught wind, could I insight him on that, please? When I said about do you went on work trips with him or whatever.
Yep.
At 16.
You
I need to roll.
you roll. Well, you roll the charisma check of choice. So, the persuasion or deception if you're lying.
20.
20. So, you don't have to say anything.
Are there many people that work for where you used to work?
Yeah, but I was just normally on my own, right?
Mm.
Like I didn't really. It's like a kind of like a
It's like
a cell.
Yeah, it's the closest thing I can think of. It's almost like the double O program. It's like you know that there must have been other Silent Ashes agents. You wouldn't have necessarily had them highlighted to you. You maybe could spot one if you saw one because of like certain things, but you all spoke to Henrik, but you wouldn't have all like gone out for drinks. You all individually would touch base with your like quartermaster who sends you off, and then different ones would come in. So you know he must have had like other agents. You probably would have been more friendly with other druids in druid camps about the border forest. But yeah, you pretty much your one point of contact would have been him, and he would have had other agents. But yeah, very rarely would you have done multiple, like 2 or 3 agents on a job together, if ever.
Yeah.
So you say that you travelled through the area and you were on your own, but That means that you would have been in the areas when they had issues, being the Border Forest and Newmonger I'm referring to. So, with so many, as she kind of looks around, personnel changes in those areas, new presence of people that may not have been there before, did you ever come across issues from those people previously? She stares at him intently.
Yeah, I believe so.
What talent?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm referring to Talons. If there's you've been in Newmonger and Border Forest and stuff when Talons started coming in and changing things. Have you seen any issues or things that might have happened as a result of that?
Obviously, there's been issues. They're making our lives difficult to exist and do what we need to do. So yeah, I've seen my fair few issues along the Border Forest and Newmonger.
Issues like what?
What?
Any? Yeah, what? I'm getting
there. Talents just do talent things. Like they shake people down.
And have you ever done that, Peril?
Done what?
Shaken people down.
No.
Insight?
No.
It's a nat 20 for a 23.
Persuasion or deception.
All right, there you are. A 15. So I don't think Peril has shaken anyone down.
No. If you don't think so, if you don't think Peril has shaken anyone down, then not. You've probably witnessed. You would have definitely witnessed shakedowns.
Yeah.
But whether you were the shakedown so I think that's what you would get from Peril, really. So you don't think he was the instigator in stuff, but that he has been part of stuff.
Part of as opposed to just witnessed it. So you haven't shaken people down, but have you been a part of something that may have happened? Or witnessed something that may have happened and been more than just a spectator?
Yes. Yes, I have.
And you're okay with that?
Of course not. But we do things that we have to do when put in situations that we do not want to be in.
And what sort of situation would you find yourself in that would mean that you would be a part of something like that? I'm deciding if Peril would share any more than that right now.
Yeah. I mean, you are what the great thing about being interrogated when you're not actually a captive is that you could just be like, okay, I think we should end this conversation. You still have the choice to wiggle out of a paladin's grasp when you choose to, but
yeah. There's certain situations that have happened in the past that have put me on this course, and I need to figure things out before I share any more information about my personal life.
Well, Peril, let me tell you about my personal life. I believe that we've met before, and I think you were there on the worst day of my life, and I think you were on the wrong side of history. We'll leave it there. And she gets up and walks back to Gimbar, probably spooning the dwarf lady.
Can we roll for that?
After that,
Well, who's Big Spoon?
after that,
Yeah, he's big spoon.
All right, roll d20. No modifier.
Oh, I was almost in that 20. An 8.
15. You little spoon bitch.
I'm always the little spoon.
That's what I wanted. You come back. Yeah. She was like, "Oh, sorry, Willow. I thought you were away. I just Gimbar was a little cold,
Yes, very cold.
and my beard is bigger than his."
Oh, it's not difficult.
Nice. I forgot that I was supposed to be looking at stuff after, so it feels like as good a time as any as the night rolls in, unless anyone had anything desperate they wanted to do. But with the interrogation of Terry/Peril and Willow making their way back to the camp, your second night traveling on the road is upon you. In the morrow, bright and early, a few of you will be up, and some to be decided will be up to go on a hunt to get yourself some fresh meats and find out maybe what these weird creatures that cannot be identified are in the local area. As we carry on our journey southward. GG's, guys. See you next week. Ta-ta.
GG's.
Ta-ta.